Was that it?
Yeah.
Was that it? Okay.
That's it.
I was discussing things with Jim Norton. That's U2's Song for Someone. Roland picked the song today, and it has a bit of significance because, God, I wish
my pal Opie needs a hug today.
I am so mad. I'm mad. I'm depressed. I want to punch something. I haven't been this angry in, I would say, a couple of years.
Yeah.
I haven't been depressed in a few years. I'm depressed today. What happened was yesterday, a bunch of guys went and saw Mission Impossible, right? Then when's that movie coming out? In a couple of weeks or something like that?
It comes out Friday.
Friday.
Is that 3D?
Not the one we saw. I don't know. We saw an IMAX.
Okay.
It's all right. It's not in 3D. They got to have a 3D version.
The screening they showed for us was the big media one was the giant IMAX one.
Oh, I see. Okay. So word got out yesterday, some of the guys are going to see Mission Impossible. I was ready to go because it's kind of in our neighborhood. And then I get a text from Roland kind of late in the afternoon. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna see U2? They're doing a town hall at Sirius XM. No one knows about it." And if you know anything about me, U2's my number one band of all time. Now I've moved on, and there's other bands I like more than U2, but U2 has always been number one for me through my entire life. I've probably seen them 10 to 12 times. Even their shitty stuff, I kind of bought and kind of appreciated in some way.
You've been a fan for a long time.
Yeah. And when Jimmy talks about celebrity photos and stuff, I'm not all in like Jimmy. But I've always said there's one photo I absolutely want and will search out and do whatever I can to get, and that would be with U2. Period. That's my number one photo I want. I got a picture with President Clinton, and if I get a picture with U2, that I would consider my U2 picture bigger than having a picture with the president.
And by U2, he means me and Justin.
Yes. And boy, was I thinking of my pal Jim Norton yesterday. So I go, "Roland, yeah, of course I want to come in for the town hall. Holy shit, what time is it?" And he gives me all the details, and he's like, "Don't tweet about it or anything, because no one knows U2 is going to be in this building last night." I'm like, that's all fine and good. So I show up, and there's a buzz in the hallway, and there's winners. I don't know how the winners knew, but somehow they knew, but no one else knew. It was crazy. And then I'm talking to some people that work here. There's a lot of cool people that really like me and you, Jimmy. And one of the guys that was in charge of sort of getting the winners together for the town hall, he's like, "Hey man, you could sit in the fishbowl." I'm like, "Oh, thanks," because at one point I didn't even think I could do that.
Right.
And he's like, "Well, put a stool in the back. Just sit in the back. That'd be great." I'm like, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, "Hey man, I really want a picture with you too. This is my band, meaning my number one band. Like Jim Norton's number one band is Black Sabbath. Mine has always been U2. So the guy goes, I'll see what I could do, and I'll talk to the people, and I know they're not taking individual pictures and blah blah blah. So I'm like, oh boy, this guy's not going to be able to get it done. So then
he'll try, but he won't be able to do it.
Yeah. But I understood. I'm like, okay, I don't think he's the guy that's going to be able to accomplish this. So then I talked to Ross Zapin, who's a biggie here. I'm like, Ross. He's like, "What are you doing here? I would have expected Jim Norton here to try to get a picture with you too." And I'm like, that's all funny and all, but the fact is I really want a picture with you too. And you guys know I don't pop my face around here often for this type of thing. Matter of fact,
ever. This is the first time I've heard you ever mention it.
I've never kind of hung around and to get a picture. You're right. This is the only time in my 10 years at Sirius XM.
I had to drag you down to get one with Cosby. You don't ever pursue these.
And that one I kind of wanted. You forced that. You pushed that one, and I'm glad you did. And actually, you were the one who got me a picture with Robert Plant too, because you saw me with that one as well.
Yeah.
I was just kind of and you're like, "No, man," and you dragged me in front of Robert Plant, and I got the picture with the big-headed monster. So then I said to Ross Zapin, and then I said to Leeds, who's a big guy around here. And then I ran to the man himself, Scott Greenstein, who's pretty much in charge of programming here at Sirius XM. I'm like, "Scott, I never ask for a favor, but I really want a picture with you two. You know I don't usually do this, but if you could help me, that would be great. He goes, yeah. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. So, long story short, I listened to the town hall. It was okay, but it was kind of cool to be in the room with you two.
How long was it?
About an hour, a little over an hour. Bono was a lot of fun and very cool, and the rest of the band was very cool. We were told to, turn off our phones. So I couldn't even shoot a little quick video, or maybe I could hold my camera up like this, because I'm 12 feet away from the guys. But you
can't. Yeah.
They had their people making sure no one was going to pull out their phones, and I'm sitting there like, all right, okay. And then the thing is over, and then I get the word that you could be in a group picture with the listeners. So U2's going to take 3 pictures. 3 pictures. Wow. I don't understand that shit. I mean, obviously we're not on that level, but man, I'll hang out for hours. I mean, I did after your special up there in Boston. Like you took over the lobby of the theater, and I'm like, you know what? This is Jimmy's night. I'm not gonna get in the way, so I'm gonna go outside when you were filming your special. And next thing you know, a line formed all the way down the sidewalk, and I was confused. And what turned out, which was so flattering, everyone was lining up to get a picture with me. Of course, I was going to take every fucking picture. It was freezing outside, but I didn't give a fuck. I thought it was flattering that all these people want pictures with me. So I'll never understand. I don't care how big of a celebrity you are. I will never understand, not taking pictures with fans. I just won't.
Especially in a controlled environment like that. That's a controlled environment.
Right. So, the word comes down that U2's only going to take 3 pictures, like 3 huge group pictures with the listeners. And I'm thinking to myself, I know they're a huge fucking band, known all over the world, but it would take less than 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes would be a long time. Maybe 3 minutes to, get everyone a picture with you too.
I've watched them do it. The way they do is they stand up against the Sirius XM thing and literally, everybody line up.
Right.
Okay,
boom,
next.
Boom,
next.
Boom. Yeah.
It's literally 10 seconds for each picture, 15 seconds maximum.
Well, we did that with Metallica, remember?
Yep, very quick.
But I never asked for that picture because James Hetfield's not in the picture, and that one bothers me to this day. But I have a picture with James Hetfield from when I was working in Buffalo radio from way back in the day. So I got my Metallica picture, and that's one of the pictures I do appreciate and like. So then I join a group of listeners and contest winners, and I'm just against a wall with like 20 people, and U2's like on the floor hugging people, and I'm just like, and it's not good enough. I'm here to say it's not good enough.
No,
I'm like
not.
so fucking mad. And then, I guess Greenstein forgot that I even talked to him about getting this picture, because then, he doesn't even come up to me to say, yeah, I tried, but it's not going to happen, or any of that shit. I think he forgot that I even asked him that I really want this. And, I put myself out there, which I never, Jimmy knows, I don't put myself out there because of this shit. And I put myself out there. I said, man, I basically said, I need a favor. I said it. I need a favor. And he said, I'll see what I could do. And then in the end, I think he forgot I even asked him, which is unbelievable to me. And then I'm looking back into the fishbowl because they ushered us all out right after the town hall. And he's in there just socializing. I know he's the one of the big guys here, but he's socializing and taking up their time.
Your name is on a channel.
Yeah.
He could have kept you in there.
Yeah.
Your name is on a channel.
Thank you for saying that, Jimmy. I kind of wanted to say that, but I didn't want to, look like an asshole right now.
No, but that's the truth. It's not being an asshole. You're not demanding a private ride in the limo with the band. You're saying, can I stay in the fishbowl and chat?
I don't push that shit usually, but yeah, I guess you're right. My name's on a fucking channel. And I look back in the fishbowl, and he's getting his picture with you two, and I'm sitting there like, that picture means nothing to him. He probably won't even ever see that picture. And I'm sitting there like, fuck, you could have got this done. I know you could have.
He could have.
So then I'm in one of the group pictures with 20 other people, and Jimmy knows that's just not going to work.
Right. No.
It's not going to work. What am I going to do with that fucking picture?
No.
And then I just watched the band, walk away down the hall through the secret entrance that the big stars use. Some of the A-listers and Howard himself used this secret exit, and there they go. And then I'm sitting there. I feel like I'm like a little kid again. All of a sudden I'm fucking mad and depressed at the same time. I'm like I'm still mad. Still mad.
Yeah.
You know this.
100%.
You know this.
100%.
And then I walk outside and I'm just wandering around, and then I just walked home all bummed out because I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to have that opportunity again. They were right there.
You might not here, and these people will never.
No, it's not going to happen here.
Maybe
I know
not here. They don't care, but you might get that somewhere else. That's gettable. It's hard, but they do enough appearances on stuff. Fallon. And there's ways to do it. I mean, there's fan meet and greets at shows. If you talk to the right person, you can get back. That's not an impossible one. It's just hard. You'd have to pre-plan it.
The whole band. You got to make sure all 4 guys are there.
They do.
They were right there.
Yeah, they do. But it's something. If you work hard at it, you can get it.
Well, I did work hard at it yesterday at the place I work.
Yeah,
this is the place we work.
You think that
if I can't get it done here, how the fuck am I going to get it done?
I know.
Ah, Christ. Oh, sorry. Hold on a minute there, buddy.
You would also think that from a strategy point of view for the company, it would be good to have a photo of you with U2. Let's say something happens on the show. Let's say there's an announcement that we need to make. The show's going to, do something. And then the photo that you put in is one of the hosts with U2 as like the press kit. It just looks good. You put it on a website. It looks good.
And like I said, it's in the end, it's my number one band. I'll go off on tangents. I was really into Metallica for a while and Alice in Chains, and these days I really like the Black Keys, but it always kind of goes back to U2 throughout my entire life. I don't even think he remembers that I asked him for a favor. That's what drives me nuts today.
Yeah.
I go, Scott, because he was another guy who goes, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, U2's my number one band. I've always liked these guys. I would love to get a picture. Yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do. And then I don't think he remembered that I even talked to him.
It's when people are caught up in their own thing and they want to do what they want and they don't care about anybody else.
Right.
That's what happens.
Fuck.
That's what happens.
So I walked home yesterday like a little fucking kid.
Depressed, yeah.
I felt like a little kid again.
I'll tell you what, it's not just that you didn't get the picture. I understand it. There are times where you would like your company to do
the right thing.
Yeah, or just
like all the way through,
to not make you feel like a douche. And it's like, you know what? Well, you guys really have a great knack for showing someone, hey, look, you're not important here. Mm-hmm. And I've never met a group that was better at making me feel that way. But again, it paid the bills. You know, it is what it is. But I empathize and I understand why you're annoyed.
Yeah, the other side, they completely leave us alone. But
yeah,
I wanted to get a picture with U2 yesterday.
And what happened?
It didn't happen.
Bono said no?
No,
Bono didn't even know.
They didn't make the effort to get him.
I think the company could have got it done, don't you think?
It broke your little white heart, didn't
it? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes,
good.
It really did.
Throw me under the bus and fucking run over me. I deserve it.
No,
I'm putting myself out there and showing real emotion today.
He asked nicely. He asked the boss for a picture, a favor. And look, there's a lot of things to bash him about. Believe a long list. But celebrity photos, I get why they would say no to me because I put my fat face in there a lot. Now, I get it. I'm a bit of a cancer. He never asked.
Literally never.
Never.
For me, U2 would be the number one picture to get. As far as getting celebrity pictures, I got one with President Clinton, and if I had a picture with U2, that would mean more to me than a picture with a president.
If I had a choice between me getting a picture with U2 and him getting a picture with U2, I would honestly take me getting the picture, but I feel bad. I'd feel bad.
You would still do it, though, huh?
Of course I would, but I feel bad. But you never asked. So.
And now I'm mad that I even came here last night. I thought it was a no-brainer. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, holy fuck, no one knows U2's going to be in this building last night. I mean, no one. When there's a big celebrity that shows up here, we could barely leave this building because there's so many fans outside. Right. No one knew U2 was coming. They brought him in a secret way in a van. They did their thing in front of like 50 contest winners last night, and then they got out and no one knew. No one knew, except for these 50 people.
And you came in the building.
I got the word from Roland. He's like, holy fuck, U2's going to be here. You want to come by? I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to get my picture with U2 finally. And then I asked all the proper people around here to make sure they all knew I'm never here, and this is a biggie for me. And then in the end, I went home all sad and lonely.
It's literally like asking. It's like asking goldfish to do something. It's like asking goldfish to help you. The only way to do it, the only way you might have done it, and again, this is harder to do, is as you were walking out, if you would have just stood by Scott. Like, and then asked him, then he might have went, oh yeah, you want. But even that might not have worked. I've tried that, and then they just pretend they don't see you. Again, I don't know.
We all get shunned sometime.
We all get shunned.
Well, we all know Greenstein's not approachable to begin with, so he's not the type of guy you just hang around. You know what I mean?
Who's that, the head dude?
Yeah.
He's a powerful man. I'm sure he just forgot. I'm sure with you two there and all the people there, I'm sure he forgot.
He fanboyed out. He was a fanboy.
I'm sure he forgot.
I think that's his personality. I don't even think he remembered that I even asked. Oh, God, dude.
Was it humiliating? Oh,
yes, it's humiliating. It's humiliating.
And to watch the moment just kind of like just out of the grasp of your hands. You're feeling it, and it's slipping away. You're like, no,
laces out.
And then I see him walking down the hall. I'm like, oh my God, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's every girl you didn't ask to the dance. It's fucking every little thing. Every time you were going to get up there and take a swing at the plate, you're like, nah, let him bat instead. But it's all that shit.
It's brutal. Kobe Bryant did the same thing to me years ago.
I should have seen what he did to me in Colorado.
Oh, man.
People are asking, were they real contest winners or just friends and family of employees? No, they were real winners. Yes, Roland.
You were in a fishbowl for like 2 hours.
Was it?
Yeah, because you went in early.
Yeah, but I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I mean, in general, it was a cool experience. I liked it. I was in a room with you two and 50 other people.
Bono did the Oprah, gave out tickets.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he gave out tickets, so I'll probably go tomorrow night. But
that's still though, like they could have hooked him up. He's one of the bigger names on this fucking platform. It's not like it's not like he always shows up and asked for a special favor. Yeah. He goes and meets with those. I wouldn't meet with those guys if they said meet with us and we'll have Scarlett Johansson suck your dick. Let me correct myself. I would meet with those guys in a second for that.
But that's it.
But nothing else.
All right.
It was almost a tease because before Bono walked by us really close, it was like everything was so close.
Everything. It was right there.
It was like the Bruce thing
whole time.
To me. Everything was so close.
But see, they did it to Roland too. I mean, I think there's some sick people that work here.
Yeah,
they're really sick.
Yeah.
Because it's not like
I cried for a month, but it's okay.
It's not. There are times when you know. With Roland, his number one is Bruce Springsteen. Everyone knows it. And he wasn't allowed to get a picture with Bruce, even though other people got pictures with Bruce. He was taking individual pictures that night, right?
Yes.
And Roland was told he's not allowed to go to the end of the line. Bruce Springsteen would never fucking know that there was one more person that was taking a picture that night.
Oh,
They're truly sick around here.
Yeah.
They really want to make it hurt or something.
They're getting off on it.
Because in the end, it wouldn't have mattered to Springsteen, and Roland would have got his picture, and then you would have an extremely happy employee.
Yes.
And then last night with the U2, they're just sick. 'Cause if I was here every day,
I respect it.
If I was here every day, they would probably have to say, "Look, dude, this is a little crazy." But if there's one that you really want, we understand. I think that's how it should be. No,
I don't think
they're thinking about it like that. I don't think they even got it in their brains.
No, they
that.
don't.
Like, you're not going to see my face in this building after hours anytime soon. You know what I mean? I come here every once in a while to go do, Rich and Bonnie's show.
Right.
Now we're doing this doc series every once in a while. But in general, I never come back to this building after I leave, unless it's really, really important to me individually.
I've never heard of him doing it. So anybody else but I work closely with it. Never. Even when people come in, half the times he won't get a photo. Like Schwarzenegger, all right, he's there.
Right.
You're 2 feet away waiting for me. I'll take it. Literally, but you never ask.
Yeah, there are times, they're right here, and I'm like, I don't care that much. And they're big names. I'm trying to remember in general who, but big fucking famous people, because I don't care about pictures that much.
Is that pictures from the event? Is that them at the table?
Somebody's Instagram photo.
Yeah.
But everything was so close last night because Bono walked by us twice to go to the restroom. Why he came in the first time.
Oh, Roland was feeling it for me. He knows it because he knows.
Because Bono you could go, hey, what's up?
Did you say hi to him or no?
No, it was just so close. You're like,
that hurts even more.
Yeah.
That, being that close and you can't get it.
Yeah.
He looked angry. Bono looked angry until he entered.
I think he's just in pain. Probably.
Maybe he just got back from Central Park on his bike.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I felt the pain. I wanted to cry too. Like,
God, let me just take
it's literally like the old thing. You knew I was a scorpion when you picked me up. That's how I feel every time I walked anywhere in this building. You knew I was a scorpion when you picked me up. Like, hey, you pay me, I'll shut my fucking mouth. But if you were on fire, maybe I'll help you. Maybe I won't.
All right.
I'll make a decision.
I respect that.
That's how they feel about me.
Let's go to Greg in Jersey. Greg.
Hey, man, I'm on the New York Thruway right now. It took too long on hold. But anyway,
Sorry.
I'm a company truck driver. And, you ought to know working for a company that you ask for too many things, you ain't going to get shit, brother.
But he asked for nothing.
You asked for all your copies in upper and lower case. That ought to be
Hit me back for the fucking
man.
uppercase, lowercase battle I've been having with the company.
Yeah, we gave you the uppercase, all right? We gave you that.
They didn't even give us that. I had to do it.
Right.
They still owe us that.
Yeah,
What's the uppercase, lowercase?
we're in a big battle with sales. They refuse to give us our live reads in uppercase, lowercase.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So they just do it all caps?
all caps.
That's
and,
a psychopath who does that.
Yes, it is.
And Justin finally did uppercase, lowercase yesterday, and I had some smooth live reads because it just felt more comfortable instead of everything in uppercase. All of a sudden, you don't know where the sentence ends.
I agree.
Because you don't really pay attention to what you're reading because it's nonsense. It's not like you're reading a book.
Right.
I had to retype 5 pages, which is fine, but I had to do it while the show was on.
Yeah, 'cause
Why
they-
When I
do
should be
that?
They
focusing on
refuse
whatever
to do
Opie
it.
needs.
They refuse to do it.
For everyone? That's how they do.
Yeah, because they said no one else has a problem with this. And I'm thinking they probably should have a problem with this because that's how we learned growing up that, a sentence starts with an uppercase and everything else is pretty much lowercase.
That's
And
why
how
we
hard
have
is
them.
It makes it an easier read.
How hard is it to do? There's a click on a fucking
extremely hard. You should see the emails going back and forth.
Oh, really?
There's an argument going on and everything.
And the solution, again, I said this yesterday, was to dump all of this in Travis's lap and make it his responsibility to retype. When he's the one that gets her before everyone. And
Yeah, it's not Travis's responsibility.
No.
Travis works really hard, and I'd rather him work on other shit than fucking doing uppercase, lowercase. For
Exactly. He gets in here an hour early to look at all male pornography before anybody else gets here. I have no issue with that.
We don't want to interrupt that.
Not at all. If you're
his lap and make it his responsibility to retype. When he's the one that gets her before everyone. And
Yeah, it's not Travis's responsibility.
No.
Travis works really hard, and I'd rather him work on other shit than fucking doing uppercase, lowercase. For
Exactly. He gets in here an hour early to look at all male pornography before anybody else gets here. I have no issue with that.
We don't want to interrupt that.
Not at all. If you're Jared F. file trading.
That's my me time.
Fuck me.
It stinks.
And then I just watched him walk away. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll get him next time,
Next time.
Exactly. They travel the world.
Yeah.
They're in New York, once every 4 years maybe at this point. That they're so busy.
He's a busy man.
I'm just mad because I know he forgot I even asked him.
I would at least put my face next to his face and
We weren't allowed to fucking keep our cameras on.
What?
And they had people. They had people waiting for you to fucking lift your camera up.
That's where the band is being, or there are people, maybe it's not the 4 guys, but there are people that are just being dicks because 50 people to do a quick meet and greet in a controlled environment for contest winners is fair. 3 group pictures. Like, come on.
Three
Stop. I would have used the race card. I would have did whatever I wanted to do in
That's
there.
awful.
Because I would have took a picture and they would have said something. I was like, look, I'm the only black dude, really?
Yeah.
Who said nigga? And they were like, let him take a picture. Let him take the picture.
Exactly.
You're going to beef with the only black dude in here? Fuck you.
I should invite you up here last night. You would have got it done for
He
me.
got me in to see Sidney Poitier. They'll think I'm one of his cousins, and he walks me right backstage. He said that, and it worked. And they did.
That's great.
Yeah, Sherrod looks like a guy who has access for some reason. Because he's such a sociopath. He doesn't know that he shouldn't be there, so they don't know it either.
Right.
I just walk out and point. This way?
It's like when Hannibal Lecter walks through all those fucking pigs that are trying to bite him because he's not afraid. Remember that in the second Silence of them? That's what it's like.
Listen, I was out last night with some friends. Jimmy, you a busy man, Jim.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and one of my friends, April Gruner, I was hanging out at her house on a rooftop.
Nice.
A couple blocks from me.
Yeah.
And then one of her friends came by, Rachel. And I said, hey, and this is the first time I met her in person. I met her before.
Right.
This is the first time we really hung out. And she was like, oh, you're a comedian? I went out with a comedian about a month or so ago. I said, who could that be, Rachel? Young Jim Norton.
Yes.
And you know what Rachel I'm talking about?
I do.
Wait, who's Rachel?
I haven't talked to her, though.
Do you know who she is? Though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Because she was like, I don't even think he knew, but she's like, yeah, I miss him. I should have kept calling him, and there's a whole thing. She was like, she liked you loved the feet.
Oh, yeah, she was. Don't say her name.
really loved it,
I'll tell you
too.
off air.
Is she a young comic?
No, she's Rachel Yucatel. The Tiger Woods shorty.
No.
Yes, I got her number right here. She said, call me.
He just said not to say her name.
No, she said I could say it, though.
Oh, she is okay.
Yeah, she's okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went on a date with her?
Yeah, we went out to have a
Jimmy
beverage.
is making it happen, nigga.
Wait, how did you?
She is hot.
Hot.
She's nice too.
Flaming hot. too.
Wait, fuck my U2. Who gives a fuck about Bono?
She loved this son of a bitch, too. There she is. Hot.
Wait a minute. Wait. How did that come about?
We met on social networking and we talked for a little while.
How did you meet her on social networking?
How great is this fucking social networking fucking
Yeah.
thing?
And then you were hanging out with her on a rooftop?
Last night, yeah.
All right, anyway, go ahead.
So we talked for a little bit, got along, and she we don't live too far apart, and she's like, hey, let's meet for a beverage. I'm like, okay. Or I said, and we just met, and we hung out for a couple hours. She was really nice. It was. She's got a daughter, so she had to. I think it's a daughter. And
Son.
Oh, she's a son. Okay. She
she has a clothing store that.
Yeah, on the
Right,
west
yeah,
side.
yeah.
You could walk in there and talk. We actually talked to her.
She's great.
Because we got young kids and we needed some clothes, and we were. This is a side thing. Sorry, we went into this clothing store for kids, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Holy fuck, that's her!"
Yeah, it's right on the west side.
It's her store.
Yeah,
and
it's
she
her
hangs
store.
out in it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. She was very nice. We met for a beverage, and then we were just going to meet for a quick drink or whatever. We talked for a little while.
She's so fucking hot.
She's beautiful.
Oh my god.
And then she's like, or I said, are you hungry? Because I'm starving. So we were like, yeah. So I think she found out that she could have the babysitter for longer. So we went and got some food. And we talked for a while, and she was really sweet. And it was just, I'm very busy, and she was busy because she has a store.
Yeah.
And we just didn't connect again. There was no badness to it. So I was like, yeah, maybe she
No,
just didn't
she
like
misses
me.
it. She missed you.
Wait, what's the?
You
feet
scared
part,
her a little
though?
too, but she was like, I was like, stop being a pussy. She's like, yeah, I was being a
Yeah,
pussy.
I didn't hit on her at all.
She wanted some pictures of her feet. She sent you some pictures of her feet.
Oh yeah, I did ask you for that. but it was like it was harmless. It was like
Yeah, she loved it. She loved it, but she was like, she wasn't used to it. I was like, grow up.
I'm like, I'm not being that dirty with her.
No.
For Jim Norton terms, that's literally a 3 on a 1 to 20 scale.
She was great. She was.
Yeah, man, she was in the public eye big time for a while.
She was the only one who got money to not talk about it.
Yeah, she's got that store in Columbus Avenue. We walked in one day not knowing. I'm like, holy fuck, that's what happened to her. She opened up a little clothing store for kids. And she is smoking hot.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
She's very lovely.
She's got a crazy story, too, man. Her fiance died in 9/11.
11, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really.
That's right.
She had a
Rough
fiance,
story.
and there's video of her just wandering the streets, begging people if they saw the guy. Yeah, there it is. There's the picture.
That's her with blonde hair?
Yep. From back in the day, she's holding up the picture of her fiance, just hoping that he was safe.
She is truly hot as shit.
You went out sort of on a date,
and I
with
was
her.
like, wait, Jim Norton?
I don't blame you.
Because she was like, Jim. I'm like, wait,
The fact
Norton?
the fact that she couldn't remember, which is totally acceptable. It's like, it wasn't meant to be. She was very nice. No,
I don't think
No.
it's over yet.
I was going to say, did she know who you were?
Yes. She said she saw you. This is what freaked her out. She said she Googled you and then saw you on a skit on Amy's show.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Cool. I don't know. Maybe she did.
Maybe. She saw some clip, but she said, and I was like, you got scared? And she was like, a little, I didn't know. I was like, you're such a puss. Norton's the best.
Yeah, I don't.
She was like, yeah, I kind of miss him. It's like,
If I text somebody one time and they don't get back to me, I'm done. That's it. I respect it, and I leave people alone, and they meet someone else, and they're in love or whatever they are. Good for them.
But in this case, she misses you.
yes, she was picking up what he was dropping.
She misses you. She's impressed with your comic abilities,
Definitely.
your acting abilities,
Yep.
and she didn't mind showing you pictures of her feet.
I don't think she sent pictures of her feet. I think we
now
just
you're
joked
gonna
about
She
it.
said she did.
Oh, maybe she did. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe she did. I don't
She
know.
definitely did.
You have to marry this
I was too
woman.
busy staring at her feet.
Yeah, she was lovely. But I had a lot of fun with her. Like just talking with her, and she was actually surprisingly nice. And
She seems like she's kind of
cool
cool.
as shit.
but again, I don't bother people if they don't get back to me. I'm done. I respect that. I wouldn't blame them for not getting back to me. I don't blame people if they don't get back to me.
I was shocked how fine she was.
Really? Why was she on the rooftop last night?
Just hanging. She lives a couple blocks from April, and I live a couple blocks, so we always hang on our
She was going to
rooftop.
throw Sherrod off. They just watched Fort Apache the Bronx.
That's the 70s fall.
The 70s fall.
Yeah, where you're swimming in midair.
You're swimming in fucking...
Yeah, who was the director who said enough of that? You can't fall that way anymore.
I guess
off
the guy
a
who did
rooftop.
Die Hard when it fell backwards.
Yeah. Oh, right. Remember that?
That changed it all.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
She was, yeah.
You cheered up Opie. How about that?
Well, for a minute.
That's why I was going to wake her up.
I didn't take a picture with her either, if that makes any sense.
Why?
No, we just want to have a drink. I'm going to take a picture with someone I'll go for a drink with.
She's so fucking hot.
Yeah, I would have just because she was hot, but I didn't. Sometimes you don't realize you're not going to see people again, so you're like, all right.
Yeah. She's a tasty taste.
I think of her all the time, though, honestly, because I walk and there was some homeless guy she talked about who draws things on the, like in colorful.
Oh, the sidewalk guy.
Sidewalk guy. I never paid attention.
That's
to him.
Hornshell or something like that. I know.
Yeah.
I actually take pictures of his shit and put it on my Instagram. He's a weird dude.
I didn't know who he was, and she told me about him.
Yeah.
So now every time I see that, I'm like, oh, that's the guy.
Yeah.
'Cause I would always just see that stuff and think the store did it. I didn't realize the man who just lays in his own urine was out drawing a fucking chalk.
That's every artist, by the way.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really
passed away.
draw. He just writes shit about the store in sidewalk chalk.
And like colored chalk?
Yeah, but the handwriting is like perfect.
Yeah,
and
he's
then it's some kind of nonsense. You can find him up on. Oh, I haven't Instagrammed him in over a year, but I mean, if you go down far enough there, Eric, you'll find it. Whatever, it's not that important. He has his own Instagram account too. Matter of fact,
She's so fine, Jimmy.
She is, yes.
she is fine.
Oh my God. I was like, I can't wait to get in tomorrow.
See, I'm angry now. I'm angry now that you didn't keep dating her.
Yes.
It wasn't even a date. We just went out for beverage. Trust
a
me,
date.
Nah, it's just meeting. It's meeting
Hot to
somebody.
death.
There's a difference. There's a
I'm
difference.
going to let her know that we just talked about her.
There's a difference. When you meet
You
someone,
got her number?
Yes.
Fuck, you want to get her on the
get her in.
on the show?
Want to bring her, let her talk?
Yeah,
Bring her in
I would say
today.
bring her in. That's more of an
Okay.
impression.
I want to hear about her recollection of meeting, going out on a little date with Jim Norton.
Please
We're
bring
hanging
her
out for a
in.
couple hours.
Please bring her in.
And she'll say, "Who is that?" Oh, that guy.
That's what I'm looking for. Jim who? Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck.
She was.
There's Opie's picture with Cosby. That's a good shot. You look
he touch
sleepy,
you?
Ope.
Yeah, I was tired that day.
Oh, you think you were? That was something.
Yeah, you were.
Wow.
Cosby's. You can't see his arm. He's working poor Opie like a puppet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He forced you to talk to him about nonsense before he would take the picture. He really knows how to hold court, this Cosby, huh?
That also made me realize, and I've said this before, I think that's one of the reasons he's such a great comedian was because he listens.
Right.
He talks a lot, but he listens. When you meet him, he asks you questions and he considers what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And in that ability to do that is why he can dissect people so well and situations in life. He's really a creep and / a brilliant comic.
It was me, you, and Bill Burr that day.
Yep. That's
We
right.
all ran down to get our Cosby picture.
Nice.
But that's a picture I haven't printed up, or it's just out there in my, whatever. It's on
I already
my phone
have mine. I have one
somewhere.
signed, but now it's like, what do I do with that besides display it proudly?
But I mean, God, if I got my U2 picture, I would have fucking ran right to a store and got that printed up.
Yeah, that's a big one. But
I'm
that's
so mad.
I don't blame you.
It's still on your mind.
I don't blame him.
because
That stings.
Because I can't think of someone else that I want a picture with that badly. Maybe Paul McCartney, which Jimmy got in the hallway one day.
That was a covert selfie. Everyone wanted to cut my throat operation.
Yeah.
Because all these people are standing out with their cameras politely waiting for the Beatle to come over. I literally moonwalked my way in there.
Yes, you did.
I fucking Billie Jeaned it back with a camera, and he actually was like, "Let my guy take it." And so we're all there, and he got his arm around me, and I'm looking to the left like a mealworm. I'm fucking neck McGillicuddy.
There it is.
He could not have been lovelier.
Do his voice again.
I'd like to take a picture. It's not a good McCartney.
That's pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you very much.
Let my guy take it.
Yeah, let my guy take it. Same thing Lennon said.
Here's Sidewalk Chalk Guy that Rachel was trying to
Yes.
explain to you. We had to go back almost a year to the day. This one says on the sidewalk, mind your own business, do not entertain gossip, and lead a quiet life. That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, for a homeless dude.
Pretty smart, and his name's Honschar. I almost got it right. Honschar, and I think that's his Instagram if you put that in.
And how's he got Instagram? He's a homeless dude.
I don't even know if he's homeless, to be honest with you.
It's all a scam.
Honschar, Instagram, there you go.
Honchar.
And there you go. There's his pics.
Nice. Do we see a picture of him? What does he look like?
Regular. Just regular.
I mean, white. He's a white dude.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's homeless? What's wrong with this city?
It'd be great if there was a photo of him with you too.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. And in the reflection, you see it's Scott Greenstein taking it.
Greenstein in the end doesn't give a fuck.
No.
I'm so mad. Stop bringing it up.
But it's nothing personal.
I went to bed last night like a little kid.
I was like angry.
I think I started.
No, he got molested.
I think I was like 17 years old when I discovered you two.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah.
That's 35 years of fucking being a fan.
And you came in too. You
No one else
came
did that
in to
math?
see it. You're right there.
Yeah. But you can't think, it's like this. If you were walking down the street and a hornet stung you, would you take it personally? That's how I see every experience I have here. It's nothing against Jim Norton. It's just literally...
Hornets got to eat too.
They have the same feelings if you do a great job for them, or if you said, look, I got to just throw myself out this window like fucking Omar in Scarface.
Right.
They'd be like, all right.
It's just
They don't care either way.
They don't care.
They don't care.
It's just taking just.
Is that her again?
Yeah.
God damn, that looks...
Yeah, her nips are popping out of her green dress.
Oh!
In case people are interested, I'm going to put that photo up on our Twitter.
Oh my God!
We're
Jim,
doing.
you're gonna have to share that, brother.
She's not interested. I don't. It's totally fine.
She was disappointed.
Listen to
She
me.
told
Listen to me.
Sherrod.
She's a nice.
She was.
because
It was her fault too, because she did say she got scared and then she regretted it.
It's okay. I don't take it personally. Like I wasn't upset about it. I respect people's space. I hate invasive or stalkerish people. So if someone's not interested, you got to just accept that and fucking go. Hey, it was.
Can I
nice.
just see that picture one more time?
Yeah,
Let's see that picture one
Well,
more.
that's a
Just for research.
It's a Google image of a green shirt.
God damn.
I will say.
Oh shit!
It's a lovely photo.
Good God Almighty.
It's a lovely photo. I'll say that.
Some nice implants.
And the guy in that picture, by the way, is really getting an eyeful. Look at where he's looking.
And
He's
she's
looking dead at
laughing.
it.
She's laughing because she knows that's what the guy's
He looks
doing.
like my manager, Jonathan. He looks like Jonathan Branstein. He's fucking just staring down.
Oh my God.
Good golly. Yeah, you should start following us on the Twitter, the show account, because we're finally doing it the right way, right? We're kind of doing, what are we doing, Eric?
We're just sort of following along. Where if we're talking about a video or a photo or something, we'll throw it up on the Twitter page, which we should have been doing all along.
Yeah,
We might be slave.
we're upping our game.
Remember we talked the other day about if you Google Jim Norton, what was the one
I should have been.
no one who Googles me is going to go, oh, that's the guy I want to hang out with.
Right.
Google is the end of the kid. I'm sorry, Justin.
So you said
I wanted to clarify.
which I should have been doing.
Yeah, Eric and I should have been updating all along. We're not criticizing.
No,
anybody.
it's the show's Twitter account has gotten much better. You can follow along with the show. All the videos and all the shit we're talking about, it's right there for you. So, and we're pushing 100,000 followers. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Opie and Jimmy on the old Twitter.
Oh man, I'm looking at that picture now, because it just came up on the Twitter. That just makes me sad.
Bring her in.
Yeah,
so
why
fine.
is she not coming in today?
I'm trying.
We don't have time today, but we'll do it. I would be happy to have her in, yeah.
Well, she doesn't have to be in the air. Just sit here. Just hang out.
I just want to call her and go, do you remember Jim Norton?
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
I'll call on the break, see if she's up.
All right.
I just text her though.
You did?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I saw that fucking picture.
And the picture of you and Cosby is also on the Twitter now.
Who gives a fuck about that?
Well, Cosby's sort of in the news now.
Whatever.
I don't know if you've heard.
cares?
Heard. I felt it.
I would trade my Cosby and my Clinton for one U2 picture.
Yeah.
Fuck, you couldn't get it. You couldn't get it done.
You're saying the wrong
Fuck!
word. Wouldn't.
Wouldn't get it done.
Wouldn't. You're right. It's wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
Didn't
There's
even
a difference.
acknowledge of my request.
There's a difference between couldn't and wouldn't.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and
You're crazy to give that guy the benefit of the doubt ever.
I know, but it's like he's
Just
only got a
play the
1-year
game.
contract. I understand.
Play the game, but don't ever give him the
No,
benefit of the doubt. Are you kidding me? He forgot that he even talked to me.
I'm going to try to fix this.
Fuck me.
I'm going to try to fix this.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
How?
I'm going to try to fix this.
How?
I'm going to try.
How? What's your strategy?
I have a strategy. I've been emailing. I've been texting.
Don't ask him a strategy. Let him just do.
Let me just see.
Sometimes knowing the strategy won't help.
It'll blow it up if I say it, but
You don't
I have a
say it.
strategy.
And then these stupid Stangles, they go, oh, we got our pictures with you two when they were at Letterman just
Together.
just hanging
Yeah, together.
around.
Here you go.
Yeah, we hung out with them for a week. With them.
You two was there
okay.
for a week just hanging out. All right.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's Bono.
he really likes you guys.
Yeah, he's got coffee. He won't even take his scarf off. He just stopped in the elevator. And as soon as you guys were gone, he went, "Oh, that was the Zilch brothers." It's the same as my British accent, by the way.
And then stupid Ross Zapin, I guess he was trying to make me feel better. He goes, pictures are overrated anyway. I'm like, whatever.
Shut up.
Whatever.
What a dummy.
It's not how you
If I was trying to get a picture every single time, I would agree with you. I don't do this. Does anyone understand? I don't do this usually.
Listen, you'll see Bono again. You'll talk about. He'll be on the show.
will.
You'll laugh about it.
You will.
Yeah.
You'll laugh about it.
You'll see.
And then he'll be like complaining on the way out, like, it's funny. I was a fan of the show. I asked Scott, and he said Opie didn't want to. No, when you've been in environments where when you work with people where they like, hey, they would do that for you, it's frustrating when you're in an environment where they won't. That's the difference.
I have to say this. Our old pal, Eric Logan, he was management, so he had his faults, obviously. You don't want to get too close to management in general.
Right.
He would have absolutely got it done. Or, in the end, he would have at least acknowledged that I asked him.
And tried.
And then by the end of the evening, like, I just walked by Scott at the end of the evening. He didn't even acknowledge that I was even leaving. Well, Eric Logan would have grabbed me and said, I did everything I could, man, but, I just couldn't get it done. He would have at least acknowledged that this was important to me and I wanted it.
There's zero connection.
Zero. There was zero connection, not even asked for it.
No matter how many meetings, it's like there's just zero.
Well, how much personal time you have? Who's this dude? Who's the dude who didn't make
He's
it
our
happen?
boss. He's the president.
What's his name?
Scott Greenstein.
Scott. I'm going to call him Scotty.
Scotty!
Little boy Scotty. Now, anyway, did you ever spend some personal time with little boy Scotty? You ever go to dinner or lunch or a baseball game?
No.
Huh? How long y'all work together?
Well, he blew us off back in the day when me and Aunt were supposed to come here first.
Right.
And then they got word they were getting Howard, and then we see him at a restaurant very close to here after we were wheeling and dealing with the guy, and like secret meetings. We were actually in a hotel suite with him, with a huge spread as they were wining and dining us, going, "Hey, this is the place for you." And then we were like, "Wow, that's kind of cool." And XM really didn't want us. And then Sirius got word that they were getting Howard, so then all of a sudden they didn't need us anymore. And boy, did he blow us off.
It was literally when we came back, there was the dessert was being served and Scott was gone.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. Well, a day or two goes by and we're not hearing from him anymore. We don't know about the Howard Stern news yet, but we know this. All of a sudden, they're not returning our agent's calls, and it's getting a little weird.
Right.
And then our agent was in town. It was me, Anthony, and Bob Eatman. We go to a restaurant on 57th and what would it be there? 7th.
Okay.
A little media destination. Actually, we were online one day, and Seinfeld was right behind us. And Seinfeld didn't give a fuck when we introduced ourselves, by the way.
Nah, you needed a friend to introduce you to Seinfeld.
Yeah. He didn't give a fuck. He just went,
I introduced him to Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Wait, did you?
Yes, I did.
Was that the Colin Quinn thing?
Yeah, this is like bachelor party or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That was the second time I met him. And then I blew it on stage because I ran out of things to say. He was interested for a second when I said, that comedian documentary was really good. I really enjoyed it. He's like, oh, thanks. And he's staring at me like, oh, this could be cool. And then I had nothing else. I just went blank.
That was the first.
I just went blank. And then I saw him try to be cool as he turned away from me.
That was the first time you met him because that was when Tough Crowd was on. That was before.
Yeah, idiot.
That was before.
I had nothing.
That's okay. I've been chit chatting with him since the Yankees Mets World Series and
2000.
Yeah, around then.
Yeah, it was 2000.
And he's still very polite when we say hello, but we don't talk for long.
Yeah.
He's not a big talker.
He's
know?
not about no.
I had a moment though because he was like, "Oh, you really like that?" Because he was passionate about that project at the time, and then I had nothing after that.
Zero.
And then he slowly turned away from me to find more conversation with somebody else. But anyway, so we don't hear from Sirius for a couple of days. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We were whining and dying. They got us in a suite.
Right.
And then, and so now we're at this restaurant, just me, Anthony, and our agent, and Scott Greenstein's right there. And I'm like making eye contact, and he's making believe he doesn't know who we are.
Are you for real?
Yes. And I'm like, and then I look at Bob, I'm like, oh, fuck, you know what that means. How does the guy not know who we are? We were just in a suite with them. This is about 10, 11 years ago. And then we get the word they're not interested anymore because they got Howard. And then we had to scramble and try to make in the end, a shitty deal with XM because they really didn't want us.
Wow. That's the behind the scenes of it.
Yep. That's the same guy that couldn't get me the U2 picture yesterday.
Well, I blame you for that.
Wouldn't.
If he did that before to you,
Wouldn't.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna look the other way when Bono's
Because all he
in
had
the
to
room.
do, all he had to do was go, stay close. I'll see what I could do. He went in and did his schmoozing and got his picture, and then all it would have been was like, "Hey, man, can you guys do one more?" They want to ask questions like why or who's this, and you know, if you're the guy and you're asking for one more.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't. Thank you, Jimmy. He wouldn't.
Didn't want to, didn't care about it. I'm not even being a dick. I'm saying, like, I've had plenty of meetings with Scott, whatever. And if I see him, we say hello. He's my boss. It is what it is. But I just understand that if I stand where bees are hovering, they're going to sting me because they don't give a fuck about me. Yeah. I mean, I'm just in the way.
Yeah. So it wasn't Opie walking home. It wasn't the Opester walking home. It was sad young Greg.
Sad blue-eyed Greg.
And it's not Gregory because my mom hated Gregory. That's not my name. It's Greg with 2 G's.
That's right.
Sad, lonely little Greg walked home, kicking the sidewalk and looking down.
Kicking pebbles into the lake.
And then I was like fighting imaginary people because then all of a sudden the anger gets to you and you're just like,
It matters to you. These things matter.
This one mattered.
If you had the chance to do it again, what would you have done? Would you have elbowed your way through?
I wouldn't have showed up.
Well, let's say
put
you did
myself
show
out
up.
there. I was embarrassed.
Nah, you gotta put yourself out there. That's life.
You got to put yourself out there. I agree.
And then, and then I'm in the group picture with the winners looking like a fucking dork. But then I'm thinking like, well, at least do this. And then maybe someone will acknowledge, look how desperate he is. He's in a group shot with 1 million other people.
That's how they treat one of the fucking top hosts at the, whether people like this show or don't.
Right.
The bottom line is your name is on a channel. And that's how they treat someone who's got their name on a channel, who they go out of their way to go, no, we're happy here. That's why I never believe a fucking word of it.
Mark what's,
Goodman?
Yeah, from MTV. Mark Goodman, right?
Yeah.
He's looking at me kind of laughing like, oh, you look like an idiot. He's like, you look like a fucking idiot.
A desperado.
Because I'm just in this huge group shot. And I'm just sitting there like, God, could someone recognize my desperation here and maybe fucking feel sorry for me and go, oh my God, we got to get a picture
I would love to see that group shot. Where is that group shot?
It's somewhere.
Trying to find it.
Like a public school picture?
Oh, we'll find it.
Yeah, it's like assembly. They take a picture of an assembly.
Like a public school fucking class
It's like you basically want to go, fuckers, I'm Opie. You can't say that, but you want to. I get it.
And, for the people that are going to be assholes about this one, because they have to be assholes about everything.
I don't think they will be about this.
I guarantee even the contest winners are sitting there like, oh, fuck, I'm in a huge group shot. I would really wish I got an individual
They should have.
shot.
The band should have said that for 50 contest winners. I'll say that the way when they do meet and greets out there for like for Jimmy Page and whoever that was with, very very quick. Or Pacino and Barry Levinson when they were here. Boom. Okay, thank you. Boom. Okay, thank you. Boom.
Yeah.
And they move you along. So I get the band can't have a real conversation with every person. There's too many people.
Right. And you don't even want
And
that.
they're you too.
You just want your picture.
They're the biggest band in the world. You can't fucking, again, it's got to be quick and in and out. But they could have done that. They could have done that.
Yeah.
I think the way they do with a lot of them is like if you come in as a pair, like you come in as 2 tickets, you 2 ticket to get like that. Okay.
Yeah.
They could have done that for you.
And then
That's weird.
And then I did get recognized through the whole process, and someone's like, holy shit, Opie, you're here. And I'm like, yeah, I am.
It's like back in the line.
I was taking pictures with a whole bunch of the contest winners.
They must be treating you really special. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, not at all.
Holy shit,
Wow.
what are you doing here? Can I get a picture? Yeah, you can.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it. You got your camera ready. Oh, my God.
And this was yesterday?
And the whole time I'm thinking of Jimmy, because he's told me this shit.
That it would happen like
The
this.
exact stuff I've been saying for the last hour off and on, Jimmy has gone through. They're sick people. I'm telling you, there's sick people around here. Because every once in a while, you got a guy, whether it's me with U2, Jimmy with Black Sabbath, Roland at Springsteen. They don't do it.
You can't, first of all, don't tell them who you really like. Don't tell them.
Right.
Because when they find out, they're going to be like this. Fuck him. He ain't getting that picture.
Roland's story is way more tragic than mine in the end.
When Bruce
In every way, shape, and form.
Because the word got around the not doing individual shots, so it made it a little harder. But Greenstein in the end could have done it, right? with Roland, they wouldn't let him get on the back of a line as just another contest winner when they were doing individual shots with Springsteen. And Roland was pretty much in tears. He was so bummed and depressed.
That was sweat.
Meat sweats.
Because that's his number one. That's what he wants.
And they was like, no, off the back of the line.
Yeah, and then he had to just watch everyone else extremely happy getting an individual picture with
Who
Springsteen.
said no to him? Who's the guy who said no?
I don't know, and that's up to Roland to say, but pretty much the same people I was dealing with. They're sick people around here. I'm telling you,
That's
they're
gross.
sick.
This is gross.
Like, I get in general, you know, you can't have your employees every single time a big star comes through, everyone gets online. But you know, you work with these people day in and day out. You know who's important and their number one guy. Their number one guy.
They're going to hold it against you. Whenever they know who you like, they be like this, don't let him come in here.
Here's the beauty of Sabbath, and this is why Sabbath should trump all. When they had to do their town hall, they didn't do it here, and the company was mad. Like, they couldn't get access to Black Sabbath. Guess who did nothing to help? I hosted the event. I couldn't have been happier. It wasn't my call.
Right.
It was downtown in a fucking cool, where Noam got married. That was where.
Oh, yeah.
In that cool synagogue.
Yeah,
that was
that's
where they
cool
decided
spot.
to do their live event. They did it on
that's
fucking
dope.
YouTube. It was massive for their album release. It was live on fucking all these platforms, and I guess they didn't do it here for whatever reason. And people were complaining, they won't do it.
Right.
Well, you know, you reap what you sow.
Oh, I do remember that, Kyle. Holy fuck. Got a couple of different things happening in this first hour. We're going to go back to Rachel Yucatel. That's how you say it, right?
You could tell. See if she texts me
one
back.
of the broads, Tiger
she
Woods.
texts back.
She texted back. What'd she say?
Let me put my code in and see what's going down.
You always got to put your code in. Why don't you do a fingerprint thing?
Yeah, do fingerprint. Just hurry up.
Yeah, Kyle in
Don't act
Alabama.
like you don't know that process.
She put. Here's what I put. I said, "Hey, just spoke about you on Opie with Jimmy, and they want you to come on the show." And Jimmy says hi, and she said, "LOL." At least he remembers me.
Oh, Jimmy.
Did you just let one go too, Jim?
That was not me. I would, but that was not me.
Jimmy. She's happy that you remembered her.
No, she's a nice girl. Here's what happened. Trust me on this. I'm really good at this. She's a nice person. We had a lovely time. She wasn't interested, and I accepted. I wouldn't be either. If I Googled Jim Norton, I'd be like, nice guy for coffee, not guy to spend time with. That's what I would say.
Kyle.
She's in.
Kyle in Alabama. Kyle.
Hey guys.
Hey, buddy.
Sorry about you two. That sucks, man.
No, it's, make fun of me. Point and laugh. It's okay.
Ah, come on. That's not necessary.
In the end, I do want you to point and laugh.
No, come on. There'll be none of that till you're on your way on the hall. We'll point behind your back.
Go ahead, Kyle.
No, Jim, I don't know if you remember during the whole Tiger Woods scandal and stuff, you spent, and I'm not exact, probably 20 or 30 minutes analyzing her pussy lips in that white bikini.
Did I really?
I do remember that now that you refresh my memory, Kyle, in Alabama.
That is something I don't remember.
And we got the picture up on our screen right now.
Oh, perfect.
And
That's going on Twitter, too.
And that's some pussy lips right there.
They
right,
are lovely.
guys?
Oh,
you guys are not helping my cause.
This is really making me angry now.
Oh, good God Almighty.
Wow,
she's
look
fine.
at that.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Wow, that's her clit right there, guys.
He's pointing at Caitlyn Jenner.
Usually the clit isn't as prominent as the lips. That thing's popping out like a little button.
Yeah, see, I don't go for that.
It's really.
I don't go for the snug bikini bottoms. I like the old school ones.
Which ones?
The big one piece?
Yeah, like those pictures in the Brooklyn Diner. You know, those 19... A good 1915 bathing suit I like.
Bring the boys home.
Yeah, come on, bring our boys back. That's what I
The
like.
Coney Island pictures he referenced from the Brooklyn Diner?
Yes.
This Jim Norton is amazing.
I love the Brooklyn Diner Coney Island pictures.
Was
Hey,
there-
Angela, one more. Fucking despise those photos.
Damn, she looked good. So what do y'all want? Y'all want her to come in and do the show? What do you?
She wants to. I mean, we're here
She's
this
so
week.
fine. I can't believe how
I'm only
fine
here.
she-
I'm only here a couple days next week because I'm shooting a little bit of a movie and shit.
What?
Didn't they tell you that?
No.
How do we not get the word out?
I didn't hear.
Oh,
no one heard.
sorry. I thought you guys knew. Look, I told you.
You blowing up, Jimmy?
No, it's an independent film.
Very cool.
I'm doing it for it. We actually, they're doing me on the weekend, so I don't miss much radio.
Well, Sherrod,
What?
clear your schedule next week.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you knew.
Well, Jimmy's not here.
I'm in.
Sherrod's the guy I like to do it with. So
I'm in.
You're the guy. So we'll figure it out. I didn't know that,
The
Jimmy.
guy you like to do it with? Oh, no.
In the butt. The butt part. We got to bring Rachel in, though. I want to hear more about you guys. We got to bring her when you here.
What do we got today?
we got Matt. We got busy show today.
We got Matt Pinfield. He's waiting to come on. He'll be on after the break. We got
Bob Goldthwait and Barry Crimmins.
I saw their documentary.
I didn't know Barry. He's a comic, I guess. I didn't know him.
Barry Crimmins was a really good comic, and then kind of exploded. And this documentary was really good. The problem is I saw it about 2 months ago, so I got to refresh my memory.
Did he explode or implode?
Probably implode. Okay. I mean, he's living sort of in the woods,
but it's his choice. He dropped out of society. He was fine.
You saw it?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Oh, so you can refresh my memory.
Yeah, I'll help you with it.
Yeah, he cuts woods and he cuts wood in the middle of the woods in New Hampshire. Right?
Very minimal. I thought it was upstate New York. He was from Skaneateles.
I felt like it. Right. But he did some time in Boston. He was one of those Boston comics.
Yeah. But he brought together a whole bunch of people and started hosting his own open mic nights.
Yes.
Really, there were some famous names that came out of those open mic shows.
Can I look at this tweet? This is whoever does Opie and Jim Norton. It might be the famous Rachel Yucatel white bikini photo. ... She knows Jim Norton.
I just did that.
That's the worst tweet in history.
It's awesome. You watch.
She loves Jim Norton.
She knows Jim Norton. You do.
So what?
Come on after Jimmy finishes.
We see that's what ties it to the show.
We get so excited.
We're so look.
You see how the Stangles are so excited?
3 exclamation points
after Jim Norton. 3 exclamation points.
How would that read, Jimmy? Because Jimmy's not a fan of exclamation points. I don't use as many exclamation points on my tweets because of Jim Norton.
The famous Rachel Yucatel white bikini photo. She knows Jim Norton.
I think that's exactly right.
That's perfect.
That's too funny.
I think you nailed the 3 exclamation points.
Yeah,
I think you did.
It's
so funny.
It's not.
You want him to rewrite the tweet? Because we want the people to see the photo.
We can change it. Do you want us to change it?
No. I honestly don't want you to change it. No,
we could add more exclamation points.
And Barry Crimmins became an advocate, and some shit went down with this Barry Crimmins. What can we say? Because there's some spoiler alerts here.
Wait till Bobcat's here and see what he said, what they want to reveal.
Okay, the documentary is called "Call Me Lucky."
Yeah,
it's in theaters August 7th.
Wait to see what they reveal.
CallMeLuckyMovie.com.
It's all on the website.
Okay, but still, you never know.
Yeah, but some people.
I'm not familiar with it, and I know I've heard the name Bob Crimmins.
I know how spoiler alerts work. I know they're all over the place, but some people they're smart and they go, you know what? I'm going to see this thing, so I'm not going to look up the movie so I could. Be a little surprised when I do see it.
Mullah Omar dead. Mullah Omar.
Holy shit! Really?
Was that? Is he Al Qaeda or ISIS?
Taliban.
Yeah. Right. They had the Taliban. Okay.
Yeah.
He's the main guy, right?
Great news. Yeah, it's great news.
Then we ain't this Lions. You know what? We should take a break.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do.
And Matt,
today.
you know what? Matt may have something to chime in about your situation.
He was there.
Matt Pinfield.
He was there.
Ask him if he got a picture.
He knows everybody, so he may have.
Matt Pinfield rules.
He knows everyone.
He knows everybody.
We were telling old radio stories in the hallway.
Yeah, Matt's a great guy, man. I mean, he's coming
Matt
in.
Pinfield and Mark Goodman were just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Let's eat and come back and make love.
All right.
We got Matt Pinfield. We got who else do we have? Bobcat and Barry Crimmins.
I didn't know we were getting Barry Crimmins also.
Yeah.
Very cool. He did a lot, man.
Yeah.
This guy should be honored.
I didn't realize I knew him, and then they showed clips of his stand-up from the late '80s, and oh my god, I think I remember him from the Young Comedian specials.
He was
HBO.
on one. He was on one. I don't remember which one, but he was on one.
And then he went down to Washington, and he got some things done.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what they want to talk about because there were some surprises in this.
Yeah, wait
documentary.
till as I call him, B to the C Goldthwait. I just made that up, but from now on, that's who he is.
B to the C?
B to the C, motherfuckers. Wait till Bobcat comes and see what they want to reveal.
And this is stuff we got to talk about when we get back. Tilly. From
Yes.
the prison escape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan saying fag now.
Yeah.
The fucking dentist in Africa.
Shooting lions. Yeah.
That was a big one on Twitter yesterday.
Oh, yeah. They still going after him.
Good.
There was something else. Oh, of course, Tom Brady destroying a phone.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's right. To try to hide the evidence.
Yeah. So we'll get into some.
Tom, how could you?
We'll get into some shit after the break.
Tom Brady.
This is Opie Radio.
Matt Pinfield making his way into the studio.
Yeah, where is he?
He'll be here.
Let's get him in.
Oh, coming in.
Here comes Matt Pinfield.
Okay.
I like Matt Pinfield.
I can hear Matt.
There he goes.
What's going on?
What's
Hey,
up,
man.
Matt? Welcome. First time on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've done this in the hallway a bunch of times, and then we're like, it's working in the hallways. Why don't we do it on air?
Is that mine? That's mine.
What's up, Matt?
Hey, good to see you, Opie. What's happening?
I was just talking to you last night.
I know you were here for the U2 thing. How was it? I know I heard you earlier on the air talking about...
Do you have a picture with you two?
Well, I did a bunch of work with U2 over the years. I've interviewed them about 12 times.
12 times?
Yeah. I mean, I did the, I introduced him on stage at Irving Plaza for that show for all
Yeah.
I knew he'd know him. You knew he'd know him.
And I went to Brazil with them, which is... yeah.
So let me ask you, Matt. Would Bono recognize you if you walked up to him?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's called me on the phone.
Like if you said this is my buddy Opie, would you have been able to get them possibly a picture with them?
I would have done one with Opie and
Well, I would rather.
He'd rather
I
look.
like him.
I mean,
Not that you don't enhance any photo, but I mean,
I don't mind. I don't mind if you're in the photo, but maybe in a way where I know I can fucking crop you out.
Crop him right out.
No, it's
Crop that shit right out.
Yeah, I mean, I do. You know what? There were a bunch of things I did. They were on my TV show, FarmClub.com, back in 2001 or 2000. They did, and I went over to their studios in Dublin and interviewed them there.
Jesus.
And the greatest
This is
thing,
getting more painful.
Yeah. No, have you seen those cartoons that they're running? First, they were a webisode, but there's cartoons on VH1 Classic and Palladia that are these 2-minute rock stories. It's me narrating, and they got a bunch of young animators from all over the world to do the stories. There's one about U2 where Bono and I and Bill Flanagan, their biographer, all get dysentery in Brazil. It was their first South American show. This was 1998, January. We get over there, and, I'm looking at the water in the hotel, and I'm going, we're staying at the same hotel, Copacabana. We fly down, and I'm going, wow, they give us drinking water. Good. And I'm drinking it like that's what it's for. It's to brush your teeth with so you don't get, all the germs and different bacteria. So, nonetheless, Bono was the first one to contract it, so I think it was the only time he didn't do an encore, ever.
Because he had the shits.
Yeah, because he had to get off stage early. And then Bill Flanagan, who wrote, their biographer and great friend of Bono's, he got it. And when I got back, all of a sudden mine kicked in. Like, I flew back, and I was doing this Grammy guy with Steven Tyler that I was shooting in, South Carolina. I came back, and all of a sudden, it all happened. I lost 10 pounds. People were like, man, you look great. Like, wow. If you only knew the pain.
Yeah.
Glued to that porcelain throne.
Doesn't it feel good just to shit a lot, though?
It does.
There's nothing better than shitting a lot.
There's nothing worse than being constipated.
Yes.
You're squeezing out stone.
Right.
Terrible.
I do the flu shot now. I kind of miss getting the flu because all of a sudden you look really good. Yeah. You look really good at the end of it.
No, it's true.
You're not eating, you're shitting, you're puking, whatever.
What is that camera filming, by the way?
Yeah.
It's filming. No, it's not filming you. It's filming the wall.
I'll fix it. Work there.
There you go.
But Opie, so how was the event?
It was good. I got to check out the town hall. I was 12 feet from the whole band. I don't know if you know. I don't know if I explained it properly in the hall last night, but U2's my number one. Yeah. Everyone has their number one band. U2 has always been there in my life. I always go back to them. I'll discover other bands and really get obsessed and get into them for a while, but I always end up going back to U2.
For me, it's Sonic Youth.
Yeah. Jimmy's Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
And
for me, it's New Edition.
New Edition.
Thank you.
Jimmy, is that really your favorite band?
No, Sabbath.
I knew it was
Sabbath. Yeah, the original Kiss, but Sabbath.
Oh, Matt.
Dude, speaking of Kiss, I don't know. Did I ever tell you the story how I ended up narrating the Second Coming video because Alex Coletti and I, who was the guy who produced the Unplugged, he walks in my office one day at MTV and he goes, man, what's wrong with your music department? Because I was part of the 10-person music department. He goes, they don't want to do a Kiss Unplugged. I go, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? So I walked to my boss's office. This is back in about 1995, 96. And I said, well, why don't you want to do a Kiss Unplugged? They go, I don't know, people will care. I said, what do you mean? They sell 500,000 copies of each Kiss album without promotion. We should definitely do an Unplugged. So they looked at the numbers and realized that, it made sense. So they decided to do it. And then that's when Peter and Ace came back.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Which was amazing. So they took me and Alex Coletti out to thank us for making it happen. And eventually I get a call from Gene saying, hey, Matt, would you narrate this documentary we're doing when they did the Second Coming tour? And I remember you offered me like $2,000. I said, Gene, come on, I want to be a part of the history. But it's like, there's 500 lines. I got to do it in the studios. So he came up on the deal. But what was the great thing was that I had a few more lines to do. Actually, I didn't tell him the truth. I was doing it in the MTV studios, not to tape, because I wasn't about to rent a studio and pay like a studio to link it up to the picture. So I just winged it. And they go, oh, you got about 20 lines that don't match up. I'm like, how did that happen? But I ended up... so I went out to Kiss headquarters when I was out there for the VMAs. And Gene took me to lunch. But the best part of this, Jimmy, you'll love this, is he goes, you want to come to rehearsal? I said, sure. So Peter and Ace are waiting in the parking lot. And... I go in and Paul doesn't show up, but they bring in the Love Gun boots, you know what I mean, for the Psycho Circus tour. And Gene goes, put on my boots. So I put on the Kiss boots, and I was break my ankle, because I'm a little guy, you know what I mean? And he goes, how'd you walking around those 2.5 hours a night? And then he goes, I'm looking at the music stand, and there's only 2 new songs from Psycho Circus. Their song called Into the Void, not the Sabbath song, of course, as you know, and Psycho Circus. And I went, oh, all the classics. This stuff is great. He goes, oh, you like that list? I'm like, yeah, I used to do all these songs in a band when I was about 14, 15. He goes, you want to have a go? So I ended up singing with Kiss. I did 100,000 Years, Rock Bottom, and Do You Love Me in Paul's space with Peter, Ace, and Gene.
Get the fuck
I
out
swear
of
to God, you can ask those guys anytime. In fact, Gene and I...
Did Paul ever show up?
Not while I was there. But, you know, those guys are... Gene looks at me and goes, oh, my God, you don't sound anything like you talk. You got great control over your voice. That was after we did Rock Bottom. And then Peter yelled out, Do You Love Me? Which was the really kind of surreal moment, because you remember listening to like the band you love as a kid with your headphones on. So when it's just the drums and me singing the whole first verse before Peter and Gene come in with the harmonies on Do You Love Me, it was extremely surreal.
Yeah, that's a great song. Very underrated off Destroyer. Yeah, very underrated song.
But so that's the deal. And with you two,
they should have put you in Paul's makeup and like with just bald and had you go out and just see if the fans noticed.
I think they think I was part of Mini Kiss or somewhere in between. You know?
We did stuff with Mini Kiss over the years.
But you know, so they have VH1 Classic and Palladio run these stories, and you know, which are pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
So poor Opie got screwed out of his picture.
I did.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
He wanted a shot. He never asked. I ask a lot, so I'm a burden.
I think this is the first time I ever asked. In the 10 years
ever.
here at Sirius XM, asked the big guy, and he just wouldn't. Like Jimmy, I kept saying earlier he couldn't, but Jimmy corrected me. He just wouldn't, because in the end he could have got it done, but he forgot I even asked him. I think.
Matt, you were there last night or no?
Yeah, but I had to leave early because I didn't know.
You got to take it, Ope. You got to start just taking it.
You should have asked Matt. See, you should have said, Matt, could you talk to him?
I was standing with you, hanging out with you and Mark Goodman.
Yeah,
I would have done it.
Do you know the manager, their management?
Yeah, I do. It's a guy Osiri, Ron Lafitte now, and I knew their old manager, Paul McGinnis. I mean, like I said, I've done so many interviews with the guys. I did the launch of How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb at a secret location, which now is Level, the old Sony Music Studios.
Okay.
We did it there. They flew a bunch of winners in, and there were like 300 people in the audience. And then I was hardwired to a chair, and these two guys had lavs. And all of a sudden, you know, management realized back then, oh, wait a minute, we were supposed to get questions from the audience, but nope, we never lined the people up. So I had my assistant from Columbia Records run around trying to find the people, but it went really well.
Wow.
And being in Brazil with them was...
Matt could have got it done.
Yes.
Matt could have got it done.
You
know, I left last night because, you know, I work, you know, I'm involved in an independent label called Whiskey Vinyl Recordings, which I'm one of the 3 guys that, you know, started this label. So I went, you know, down to meet with those guys because this band January Jane from New York City, who are great, we're launching their single this week. And
Did I see them when I saw you? I bumped into you one night, a friend of mine. They were good. They're really good.
Yeah,
yes,
January Jane.
you introduced them.
Why don't we play it on the show there, Matt?
Yeah,
they were very good.
Let's play it on the show.
You want to hear if you go to their site right now, JanuaryJane.com, you can hear the beginning of the song. It sounds like Imagine Dragons, kind of this track meets like Ex Ambassadors.
Wait, we don't have the whole song to play for the people?
The whole song's there. It's on the website. Yeah, it's.
What's the name of the song?
It's called Lions. And the guys, it's a great track. I produced it with John Bender, you know, the guy, he just produced all the vocals on the new Breaking Benjamin album. So that went to debuted at number 1. And he's worked with Paramore and a ton of rock bands. He's considered one of the best vocal producers.
Yeah.
Worked with David Bender. So he and I produced the track.
Were you ever nervous interviewing somebody?
You know, I got to be honest
especially
with you.
in the day, you interviewed everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I interviewed, you know, when I first met Paul McCartney, I was never really, I mean, as a kid, you know, I was nervous, you know, my tape recorder interviewing people, but
yeah.
Paul McCartney, when I met him the first time, had thrown a party at Roseland, which recently closed down. And I remember I was there, and I saw him like walk by a guy kind of, because he's got that radar, you know, like Gaydar, where people know, he knows when people are going to be weird and uncomfortable, so he says hello and kind of keeps moving. So Bill Flanagan, the guy I went to Brazil with U2, who was their biographer, he said to me, he goes, Matt, did you go up and say hi to Paul yet? I said, no, I'm not so sure. And he goes, no, go ahead. He knows who you are. So I went up and I talked to Paul. And
what'd you say to him?
You know, I talked to him for a minute about working with Elvis Costello and some other people. But the thing I said that I always wanted to say, which I can't believe came out of my mouth, and this was in '99, I said, you know, Paul, I know the press likes to give you a lot of shit. But here's how I feel about it. I go, nobody's got anything on you, because anybody who can write a song as beautiful as Yesterday and Here, There, and Everywhere, and something as metal as Helter Skelter and as punk as I'm Down, nobody's got anything on you. And he loved that. So when his last album came out, New, I did an album special that aired on about 500 terrestrial FM.
It's actually a good album.
Sat with him. It was a great album, right? And he was great. He was so cool that the label said to me, they go, you know, in 7 years, we've never seen Paul say to somebody, hey, did you get everything you want, man? And he told me he would have gone out to the pub afterwards and talked more about music if it wasn't his wedding anniversary to Nancy. So, that was, but Paul was great. You know, it's the nerves thing. With you two, it's funny because I saw them. I had Bono, you'll love this, do an ID for my college radio show at Rutgers, where he goes, and he sounds like a little kid, because we were. Yeah. And he goes, hello, I'm Bono. I'm from a band from Dublin, Ireland. We're called U2. And this is Rutgers University Radio, WRSU-FM. So he did one of those. And
that's so pretty cool.
Years. But yeah, next time, I promise.
Oh, yeah, next time. I've only been waiting 30 years. I don't think I have 30 years left to wait.
Hey, you know, Jimmy, that was cool. I remember, and by the way, our great friend Sean McShane, yes, celebrating 28 years Thursday night sober. So I'm going to go down there with him.
Good. Yeah, Matt and I have a lot of mutual friends. I know Matt for I want to say 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you guys meet?
Yeah. There was dances I would go to. Matt would be like the local DJ. He was just DJing them, and everybody knew Matt Pinfield.
Dances.
Know him.
So we became friends.
Yeah, dances, sober dances.
Sober dances, but they would always
mock that.
No, but they were mockable. But they would try to hire a real DJ, and Matt would come in and just play the music for us.
That's pretty cool.
Which was nice.
And
cool.
Local
radio guy.
College, right?
Yeah.
Before
you were really famous, it was.
He was known though. We all knew who he was.
You know, it was funny because I DJ'd at this club called the Melody in New Brunswick, and then I DJ'd on the Jersey Shore radio station HTG in the Asbury Park area. But and Jimmy and I was cool. We got to in 2009. We were at the New Jersey Hall of Fame presenting awards. Remember, I gave it to Marconi for the radio award to his foundation, and
me and Voss.
Yeah, right. And did you give it to Abbott and Costello's daughters?
Yes,
right?
me and Voss presented to their daughters. Yeah. And Buzz Aldrin couldn't have been crankier. Yeah, he was so cranky that night. Yeah, he was.
And Springsteen's, Bruce Springsteen's mom,
Buzz Aldrin again?
Birthday. They were having a birthday cake
I hung out with him in Arizona.
Oh, I don't remember that. His mom was there.
He is a cranky.
We were just talking about Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, he was. Oh, he was a cranky pants.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the. I was the second guy, not the first crankiness. It's a deep seated. It will never go away crankiness. He's been nicer since Neil died.
We were just talking about the don't dilly-dally yesterday.
Yeah.
We thought we were having a nice little time with him and interviewing the guy and just getting to know him, and all of a sudden he just screamed out, well, let's not dilly-dally. I got to get to CNN.
Yeah. Who, Buzz Aldrin?
Yes.
Yesterday?
No, we were just bringing it back yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a bit cranky.
He gets cranky, yeah. Some of the guys, it's funny. It's like when you meet certain musicians. I mean, most musicians have been cool. I remember one guy, though, who was a 60s guy, Johnny Rivers. He was like the king of the Whiskey A Go-Go before the Byrds and the Doors and Love and all those bands. And he, I remember meeting him when we were working on, pre-production for that January Jane record out in L.A. And he was seriously grumpy. And I was warned. But,
what's his problem?
Cool. I don't know. I just think he's like, a lot of times these guys, they get frustrated. They're irritated about the music business itself, and they just lose patience. But,
have you met Ginger Baker?
You know what? I haven't met Ginger, but I will tell you that I love that documentary.
It's amazing.
I mean, a documentary where it starts out with the subject breaking the documentary maker's nose with a cane.
Yeah.
You cannot beat that. It was pretty
the Ginger
Beware Mr. Baker.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think Jimmy turned me on to it. I saw it. That's how it starts. Yeah.
It starts off with who's going to...
He breaks the documentary filmmaker's nose.
He's one of the greatest
and tell him, get
ever.
the fuck out of here. I don't want to ever talk to you again. And that's how it starts,
and
basically.
You find out at the end, it comes full circle, but you find out why he breaks his nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great documentary.
I have to watch
He's
that.
a great drummer. He's kind of a nut, but he's just one of those guys. He's so good that he's always... he's in South Africa now. He's married.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how the guy who made the documentary ended up in Rolling Stone magazine. He'd gotten in touch with him, and then he lied And he said he was a journalist.
Yeah.
He got the interview first, and then he sold it to Rolling Stone.
Wow.
Which was cool.
That's pretty smart.
It's a catch-22. So you don't have it if you don't got that.
And Baker just wants to be left alone in the end.
Yeah.
Just
He's
leave him
great,
the fuck
though. You
alone.
see in the documentary, it's Neil Peart from Rush.
Yep.
And Stuart Copeland from The Police.
Yes.
He didn't give a fuck about either one of those guys either.
How about what he said about John Bonham and Keith Moon, two of my favorite drummers? He goes, "Those guys couldn't swing a bag of shit." Like, really?
He is an arrogant. He does not play games.
He doesn't play, man.
Do you know who he likes? He respects like those
The
jazz
jazz guys.
drummers. He respects those old black guys who are fucking those old school drummers. Those are the guys he loves.
He never got the credit for the shit.
Never got the credit.
He bowed to those guys a bit in the documentary.
I love the animation too, where like they show him when he first gets into heroin and he's hanging out with the jazz drummers.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy animation in there.
It was. We talked about this about a year ago, but if you haven't seen Beware of Mr. Baker, you got it. It's a great documentary.
Yeah, and then there's a
really
follow-up. They're
good.
doing something with a candlestick maker. Oof. Boo. Yeah, the butcher said no.
Really?
Yeah. So, tonight, guys, too, or not tonight, tomorrow night I'll be a guest appearance on Dennis Leary's new show on FX.
Oh,
Sex and
nice.
Drugs and
Oh,
Rock and
sure,
Roll.
sure.
It's me playing myself, which is cool, like I did in Portland.
You're not going to U2 tonight or tomorrow?
I'm going to go Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I'm going to see the final night.
I'm probably going tomorrow, but
Why don't you go Friday?
maybe, yeah, maybe we'll go.
Friday we'll find each other.
Yeah, we go together
Say
there,
hi
Matt.
to the guys.
Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll is great.
I love the show.
Our pal Bobby's on it. He's
Yeah,
the drummer.
Bobby is so cool. His
He's a
name
great
is
actor.
Great.
Yeah.
Louis, too. And,
And the first
I love
two
Bobby.
episodes were really good. I'm hooked.
Same here, I think.
And
it's
not
great.
just because one of our friends is on the
I
show.
gotta check it out.
It is so good. It's so well written. Dennis has done a great job, and all the people. Bobcat's involved with it. Mark Maron. I mean, there's just a bunch of people.
And the girl who sang, I forget her name. She was like a Disney star or something.
Oh, the daughter?
So yeah, she's awesome. Yeah,
She's incrable.
She's
yeah, she was on
lovely.
Victorious
Got a great
originally.
voice.
Good show.
I thought she was interested in me when I met her.
Wait, yeah.
No.
Oh, that's
Not at all. No, not at all. I said hello to her, and she's tall, and she was just kind of looking over twerp Norton, and I said, hi, great job in the show, and like, she didn't respond. I honestly don't think she heard me.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who was on the show was like, oh, man, and just started talking because he felt bad that a girl who's like 25 years younger than me just completely ignored me, as she should have.
As she should.
She's lovely.
But God
She is, and
bless
she's
you for
great,
giving
isn't
it a
it?
try.
Yeah.
And then Bobby's so good in it too, and Elaine Hendricks who plays his girlfriend. It's just
And the writing about music in general from
all
Dennis
the
Leary
great
is really,
references,
really
right? Some
great.
of the
Yeah, a lot
Clash,
of great
the Guns N'
references.
Brixton and the Stones are making funny comments. I mean, this stuff is.
Yeah.
Dennis loves the Stones, and he loves the Afghan Wigs and Doolies in the beginning with Dave Grohl in that first episode. And the episode tomorrow night, Joan Jett is in it as well.
Oh, yeah, we'll be checking it out. Matt Pinfield, wow. How do you remember dates like that? Oh, 2009, 19...
He's like a Rain Man.
You're a Rain Man with your dates. It's creeping me out a
He's
little
like that with the toaster, too.
It's just that's my point of reference is always with music, guys. I remember things around a record, around music generally, or music events. That's kind of just, it's one of those things where, I might forget what I ate. I'm sure you have the same thing yesterday or 2 hours ago.
Asian girl.
Yeah. Much love there.
Hey, did you ever do an interview where you thought you were lousy? Like where you're like, God damn, I did not do a good job in that interview.
There were a couple where I was so burned out from partying the night before that I.
Which one you don't think you did well?
I don't remember. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I know there were times. I mean, because there were some nights, and because we have our history, where I'd be going all night long, and then all of a sudden get to the studio and go, "What do you want?" I'm like, "A quadruple espresso, please." You know what I mean? Even that.
Were you a big partier back in the day, Matt?
Yeah.
You would have to be being around music and musicians.
Yeah, I
all
would
the time.
assume.
Yeah, I mean, certainly because, I was around artists all the time. I mean, there's a funny, in that book, Louder Than Hell, An Oral History of Metal, there's a story about me and Marilyn Manson and Twiggy. I was standing at a Radiohead show, and those guys came in and said, Matt, we got some stuff to party. Let's go do something now, because Radiohead was ending, and we ended up going under Roseland. Used to be like a labyrinth under there. And, I was lucky enough to, have access to all the clubs through the, production managers and everybody. So we went down, and all I can say, without getting into too much detail, I can say that at one point Marilyn looks at me and goes, Pinfield, you scare us.
Wow.
So when Marilyn Manson and Twiggy tell you that, it's time to put the brakes on.
Wow.
So shortly after that, yeah. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Where you at with
That's
that?
like Bill Cosby telling you you're a little rapey.
crazy. You know, but
Where you at with all that these days?
I'm sober. I'm sober right now, which is great. I'm sober and clean, and I feel good. I feel good getting up every day and not being, you know. The truth is, the older we get, and Jimmy, you can attest to this, it would be harder to bounce back. You got a long
Yeah, I think it'd be very difficult at this point.
Yeah. I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
even bounce back, and I don't drink. I promise bouncing back. Like, I ate 2 RX bars yesterday. I suck.
No, it's true. I mean, for me, it's like the only way, Jimmy, that I can, you know, live and get things done. You know, it just gets in the way at the end of the day. I mean, certainly, I as my friend said to me, you've squeezed every bit of fun out of a bottle that anybody can, and then some.
How many years were you at MTV?
You know, I was involved with MTV on and off. I mean, for that long stretch, it was from, I did my first fill in 93 on 120 minutes. And then at the end of 94, they hired me to be in the music department. So, you know, I was in there with the 10 people that were actually picking the videos and, you know, fighting for bands that we loved. And it was a time when it really mattered because, you know, if you got a band on a buzz clip or you were able to, you know, get it higher in rotation, you know, chances are like 8 times out of 10, it would really help a band's career. So I love that. I love being able to do it because I was already doing it in radio, you know, so.
Did you get any envelopes from the bands?
No, we never did it.
Payola? You talking about payola?
Yeah. No, none of that stuff.
I don't know.
No.
I mean,
No,
Not with money in it. You ever get a mirror with stuff on it from a band?
Not for that.
In radio, we just missed out on that, I think.
Yeah, we did.
They used
We-
to fucking pay these guys everything.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was drugs, women, or just cold hard cash. They would dump at
cash,
you just
TVs
to play the
coming out of the
record.
back of the guy's car.
Oh, my God.
Bring those days back.
Yeah.
Boy, it sure has
None of that
changed.
was at MTV?
Now you don't even get a picture with the band that's in the building.
You know,
You'll get nothing.
MTV was under such scrutiny at that period of time because of its power, because of its presence. That no, there was nothing like that going on at the time, and there really wasn't. I mean,
They were corporate back then too. Even just like you had to be careful. They probably wouldn't.
We would get away with, not me personally, but the stories you know from being in radio. If there was a trip to give away to see U2 in Ireland, you would just so happen to give it to a friend of yours that was a huge U2 fan, and no one would know in the end.
Well,
that type of thing happened.
Well, I'm sure
you would fudge the numbers and fudge this and that, but
you know, well, I mean, I think a lot of times, you know, in radio, especially, people didn't want to send someone also over that didn't care about it because it was embarrassing for the station if they weren't at least fans.
I just felt bad for the listeners because they had no idea. They were listening around the clock thinking they had a chance, and in the end, in a lot of these cases, they never had a chance because the DJ that was in charge of picking that winner would pick somebody, and there wouldn't be a connection where even the radio station would be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shady.
Real shady shit.
Very shady.
A lot of
stuff.
shady shit. How did it end at MTV?
Well,
what year was that?
Well, here's how it
Does
goes.
it ever really end?
Well,
Let's just go back.
Here's the thing. I mean, I was on the air. What happened was I did it in 93, and I remember saying goodbye to my radio station on the Jersey Shore, HTG. And I didn't actually barricade myself in the studio like you see in movies, but I did an 8-hour shift that day, all right? And then
How long was it supposed to be?
4.
Okay.
The guy after me said, or before me said, I was doing afternoon drive. He said, you know what? He goes, if you want to come in early, I know. And I honestly never thought, I'd filled in 93 on MTV. I never thought I'd be on TV again. I never thought that I thought I was giving up my radio career at the time too, because, you know, I had a daughter to raise at the time, and I was, you know, I'd won 2 Gavin Awards for Music Director of the Year nationally, and then but I was still, you know, making, you know,
you can't
pennies, you know?
Yeah. In this fucking business, you can't give up your spot.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee
that
you ever get your spot back.
Yeah, so that was
and that's always in the back of your head. You can't give up your spot.
So, and I need to tell
these fucking program directors will move on from you in a second.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like
you're knocking on the door like, hey, you know how I was real successful for you, but I wanted to try this new thing. Well, the new thing didn't really work. Well, I want to come back. And they're like, well,
I got it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you on that one.
You know, so that was the thing. But I went on the you know, I went to work there behind the scenes, and I was really happy doing it. And all of a sudden, they go to me, about 5 months later, hey, you know, we're pretty good that time you were on in 93. Oasis are coming in and they don't want to host 120 minutes. So you're going to do it. We're going to put you on for 3 weeks and see what happens. At this point, I had already been in the studio around it. You know, I wasn't like more a deer in headlights like the first time because it was a radio.
Sure.
You know? And they loved it that first day. And I remember the head of talent, this woman named Lauren Levine, going to me, I did a complete 180. And I had heard that the real reason they'd kept me off the first time was because I was bald. You know what I mean? But I don't believe that was it. I mean, they actually did it because my friend Louis Largent, who's a great friend of mine, he was working as VP of music there, and he had done radio too. He was great, and he was doing the show for a while. And then he was basically saying to everybody, you guys should have Matt do this show because he didn't want to do it anymore. And that turned into like...
How long were you on for?
I was on at that point from 95 to 2000, and I would come back and do, you know, a bunch of things. You know, like, it's really funny. There's footage out there of this show called 25 Loud. I think I did in 2001 or 2000. That was me hosting with Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla and Jack Black and Kyle Gass. So it was Tenacious D and The Mad Show. But it was, you know, it was a thing where we were going on about videos, shooting it at the Roxy. But, you know, I stayed involved. Like I did a podcast for them, for MTV for a year, for their, you know, for the MTV side called the Hivecast. And these cartoons, you know, they said we want to do this. We have this idea. Right. Well, you have some ideas you want to kick around. So you can actually go online and see these. They're called Rock Stories with Matt Pinfield. There's 10 of them. And they're all different animators.
What's on MTV?
And now VH1 Classic runs it.
What's on MTV these days? I haven't even...
Teen Mom.
I
Teen
can't
Mom is
watch,
still on there.
Guys, I can't watch Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant. I mean, it's way out of my...
I get my dick right through my pants. I can't do it.
I like the MIG Teen Moms, but I don't watch them.
That's where that shit is?
Yeah.
I didn't even know, I don't think.
Preteen Mom is good.
Oh, yeah, Catfish is over
That'll
there,
be
right?
next.
Okay.
Did you guys know that, did you ever see the Portlandia episode where they brought back Kurt Loder, and Tabitha Soren?
Oh, back on MTV?
It was called Take Back MTV. It was a joke.
Yes.
Fred Armisen was going, he gets a TV from Carrie and goes, what the hell happened? Where's 120 Minutes Headbangers Ball? Where are all these shows? You know, and then they go and find us, and they have
that's funny.
We're all living in houses in Portland next to each other. It's not a joke. And then they bring us back, and we break into the fake MTV, and there's a tween running it. You know,
right? That's funny.
But check it out. It's on Netflix now.
How old's Kurt Loder these days? He's got to be an old man.
I just saw Loder somewhere.
He's doing great, though.
Building. Yeah.
He's doing really good. He's a great guy, you know.
Do you know Kennedy, too?
Oh, yeah. I know
You ever did a show on Fox
delightful.
Business?
I never did Fox Business, but she wrote me up in her most recent book.
Oh, okay.
But I remembered when I first started working there, and she was on the air with Lewis, I would still do what they call talent and relations, besides helping program the channel. So I would, go on festivals with them. And I remember Kennedy and I, we got to England, and we bought every candy that we'd never seen before. And we proceeded to try and split every single one of them. Talk about toothaches and stomach aches. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Matt has the harshest drug stories and the most adorable candy stories.
Oh, man. Trying to appeal to all age groups.
I did lines with McCartney, and I split an M&M with Kennedy.
Oh, man, it's some funny stuff. But
well, welcome,
I'm so glad you guys. I mean, I was so excited when you had me on. I'm glad to be back in the building too on Lithium as well, because I'd been on here doing a show called Matt Pinfield Plays Whatever He Wants back before I was doing mornings at RXP, a station that is no longer exists in New York City. But I love being in the building. It's cool seeing you guys hanging out and
yeah, Lithium's all right.
Yeah, it's been fun.
What kind of music they play on Lithium?
Alternative.
It's 90s alternative and grunge stuff. Yeah, it's sort of...
A lot of the grunge is their main genre.
Yeah, it's that stuff. And then it's like you'll hear Nine Inch Nails, too. And Radiohead and things like that.
All that stuff that was hot in the mid-90s.
Did you ever interview Kurt Cobain?
No, but I hung with Kurt and those guys.
Jeez.
I was at
That's another biggie.
I just wanted it to hurt a little more. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I've been great friends with Dave Grohl and with Chris for a long time. And I was if you see that footage of MTV, of Nirvana doing like a 5-song thing where Kurt has a pink hair and it's in the studio.
Yeah, sure.
You can see me standing up over them with my leather jacket, and I still have a little hair on the sides. It's really embarrassing. It was before I was smart enough to shave my head. I mean, I had a little bit left.
He was holding on to it.
I walks into Melody one night and goes, "Matt, why did you shave your head? You're like got this little peach fuzz thing going on." I go, and I did, and the rest is history there. But I was actually at the rehearsals when they were there, it was me and my friend Cliff and Mark Cates, who worked for the label. We were like the only people sitting in the audience at Saturday Night Live during rehearsals while they did Smells Like Teen Spirit and Territorial Pissings, which was very, very cool thing. And also, you know, with Dave Grohl for years, you know, I've done a lot of album specials with him and done a lot of work with him over the years. Like, you know, in his mom's house, we did the one for There's Nothing Left to Lose down in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia, in that area. And one of the great things about, I mean, Sonic Highways is awesome, but the album before it, Wasting Light, which I love, I went out to do the album special at their studios in Northridge, California, which you see in those documentaries like Sound City, you know, all the other things, Sonic Highways. And, you know, I'm flying back on a red. So Dave goes to me, hey, Matt, you want to hear the album again? And it wasn't out yet. I go, yeah, I love the album. He goes, no, do you want to hear it live? So the guys, the 5 Foo Fighters, set up in their vocal booth, all right, in a circle. And they invite me in, and I'm leaning against the door, and they proceed to play at full volume from Bridge Burning to Walk the entire Wasting Light album. It was like I got the hair standing up on the back of my neck.
That's cool.
And Lou walks in, who runs Dave's studio, this guy named Lou, and he goes, hey, Matt, you want headphones? And Dave Grohl looks at him and goes, Matt doesn't need headphones. He's been listening to loud music his entire life. You know what I mean? So it was cool. And they were...
Wow. How loud was it?
It was extremely loud, but it was amazing. I mean, you know, I can't imagine Taylor Hawkins holding back on the drums, you know? He's so good.
Extremely loud.
But you know, so that's my connection to those guys.
Poor Matt.
Matt knows everyone.
Yeah.
And there's a great podcast that's out there with me and Chris Novoselic from Nirvana too, where he, you know, tells a bunch of stories. There's also one of those cartoons about Nirvana.
Did Courtney kill him? That's what we want to know. Matt, you got the end.
Come on, Matt.
No, I don't believe
We saw the documentary.
Soaked in
Which
bleach.
one? Soaked in bleach? What do you guys think? I mean, I
haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Well, there's a lot of people that really want the case reopened, and
Yeah.
it seemed like they messed up the investigation.
Well, I mean, I don't
The
think
death
she's-
grip on the shotgun and the shell going the wrong way. They're like, it shouldn't have been on that side of him. If
Yeah.
he's holding the shotgun this way, it should have been over there.
I
And
mean,
there's nothing where it would have bounced off and made it go to where it landed there,
Yeah.
Matt Pinfield.
Well, I mean, my thing is, I think it could be reopened, but I don't think Courtney necessarily has anything to do with it, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I do. There were definitely some circumstances there that make me feel that there could have been more to it.
Yeah, like she's a woman.
That's right.
The suicide note, Matt
Women
Pinfield.
They kill.
Yeah.
But those last 4 or 5 lines.
What is your take on it? Since I've got to see the film.
By the way, that's why Matt's a great interviewer.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to say anything stupid. He's going to go, tell me what you
He's
think.
gonna
And
let-
you're going to say
Yeah.
something stupid.
He Barbara Walters you.
He's
He
fucking
really
deflecting.
did. He fucking Babs Waltered you, and you're going to fall for it. Go ahead, tell him.
What do you say to people who say you're an ass?
I would say this, Matt Pinfield. I never hung out with Kurt Cobain, so I don't know what his mindset was all about. But you certainly hung out with Kurt Cobain. Was he suicidal? Back to you.
Point Opster.
Boom.
Thank you.
Hey, you know, what can I say? I mean, I wasn't around at that period of time, but I can say that, you know, that I mean, who knows? You know, a lot of things go through your head, as Jimmy and I will attest.
Like a bullet?
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean. I mean, you know, things go through your head at times, you know, where things can feel
Crazy things, yeah.
crazy and hopeless. And then, you know, you realize you come out of that and go, well, it really wasn't that hopeless.
What about the
sometimes you feel
suicide
It's like
note,
looking
though?
at the world through rose-colored glasses or shit-colored glasses.
Yes.
I mean, depends.
And,
you know?
they were heading for a divorce, those two. So that makes it a little suspicious.
And a suicide letter, Ope. What about that?
I'm working
the
on it.
suicide letter
The
was a little
last
shaky. A little shaky, that suicide letter. Matt Pinfield.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I gotta see Soaked in Bleach. I've not seen it yet. Where did you guys see it? Did they send you a link or?
Yeah, it's out there. We
Yeah,
we
he
got a
said
link.
nothing.
Yeah.
I think.
The guy came in here. He was a bit sappy.
Oh, dude.
Now,
His mouth was a bit dry.
He had a
during the
dry
interview,
mouth.
so we're a little distracted.
Oh,
but-
yeah. Fucking Max Murmelstein was calmer while he was testifying before Congress about the Colombians.
yeah.
We haven't seen a dry mouth like that in a while in here.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
He was sappy, man. It was unbelievable.
One of the funny things is
He was a good guy, though. What the
Yeah, he
fuck
was
am I
good.
doing?
He was
He's
good.
lovely. He was a lovely man. Yes, that's
He
what
was
we do.
wonderful.
I've got to see that. I when I was up in Aberdeen, Washington, it's a part of one of these cartoons too.
I drove through there once. What a depressing fucking area.
Aberdeen, Washington State?
Yes. We went to the whole rainforest, and then we drove, and and on our way back to Seattle, I'm like, hey, man, we're this close. Could we go see where, Kurt Cobain grew up? And we went. And I believe we drove by his house that he grew up in.
I lived
many, many years ago.
I lived in Concrete, Washington at one point. I had a little dog named Pepper. They told me I fought for the pink team. Pepper, my little dog, I'd walk him. Pepper. And my friend's stepfather said, "You fight for the pink team."
You know that town? I went up there for a I went up there. I'm talking about Aberdeen. I went up there for a Metallica thing.
I love Matt Pinfield. Yeah.
They're crazy. I love it.
Matt connects to a town name, which I really love.
Right.
You know, it's just
a story.
Yeah.
No, but it's Aberdeen. I went up there to do a Metallica thing with it was called the Motherload Special, where we sent out 3 tractor trailers filled with gold records and equipment. One had a Jeep equipment and the band was actually going to come out of the truck with me. But even though, of course, they flew into Seattle and we drove up, you know what I mean? Like outside of town. But we went there, and because we were staying there in Aberdeen, the sheriff gave me these never-before-seen mugshots of Kurt and Chris being arrested as teenagers for painting on the wall. And one of the things that Kurt was painting was Scooby.
Do?
Yeah. And Shaggy in sexual positions. He was painting. He got arrested for that.
Oh my God! And the sheriff said,
"Yeah." The sheriff goes, "Hey, you want copies of the pictures?" I looked at him and said, "Sure, why not?" You know,
Sheriff Buford T. Justice. You don't draw that kind of shit on my wall.
It was a very gray town.
It was
gray. Everything just felt gray.
Yeah, it's like Concrete Washington. Same thing. Just
there I've never been. Though. I like the name.
Yeah.
Where is Concrete?
Concrete, it's way outside of Seattle. It's kind of a blue-collar town. You fight for the pink team. I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Wow, really?
What's that?
Do you think the Soaked in Bleach official website and Facebook pages have been taken down, and their Twitter? Oh man, he's running scared.
Well, he's getting a cease and desist, I'm sure.
He's running scared.
They shut him down? They shut him down.
I bet it's a cease and desist. His lawyers are probably, like you said, there might be one phrasing in there that's getting them. You know, legal stuff you got to be so careful with.
Yeah.
Especially when you're accusing a spouse of murder.
I thought
it's a tough one.
I thought he did it very carefully. Wow, everything's been taken down, the website, their Facebook page.
Maybe that's part of the allure of the film.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe he took him down. And went, let's get
you
some
guys,
allure.
I've got to see it. Do you guys
You
still
have
a
to
copy
see
of the
this.
link?
You still got the copy of the link?
No.
You can get it.
To get rid of those links.
Where's your book of links? Well, you had a book of links?
They really do. They're fucking like progeria links. They have a very short shelf life.
Opie, are you going to go Friday night too? Are you thinking about it, or Thursday?
Yeah, either tomorrow or Friday, probably to see you too. I've seen him so many times.
Yeah,
almost every
Let me
tour.
explain something to Opie. He knows the band and he knows the management.
Are you going backstage?
I'm hoping to be. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to them. I saw on the feed here yesterday, and Guy Osseri, of course, started with Madonna, is managing the band now. Paul McGuinness retired, their old manager.
Right.
Is
he retired?
Yeah, he retired.
Is he all right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's been a long time for him. There may be some minor health issues. I'm not really sure.
All that traveling and shit, he's way over it. He had enough of it.
The band looked exhausted yesterday.
Did they?
They looked tired.
Yeah.
Larry Mullins Jr. looked angry, too.
Yeah, well,
what's going on with him? Do you know anything?
Larry's actually a great guy.
He looked really angry.
Yeah.
Like frustrated, or?
Maybe they had a little fight just before they did the town hall or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just speculating, but he did not look happy.
Larry's always been a great guy, and he was
one that started the band.
Yeah, and he's also been kind of,
really?
As Bono's a spokesperson, people say Larry is like kind of still the leader and the unsung leader of the band. But
well, because he put the whole thing together back in the day in his kitchen. See, I know shit.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
He didn't really know Bono and the Edge either. He knew Adam a bit.
Yeah.
So,
and he was the young one. He was so young.
He was younger.
When I was interviewing them in their studio, and I looked out the window, I saw that bog from the Gloria video, and I was like, wow. Looking out the window as I'm interviewing Bono and the Edge. But there's a funny story that on our way to Brazil, we had stopped in. Were
you guys on the same plane?
We're going to Rio. No. We were on the same plane.
Did you get any hookers in Brazil?
Paul McGuinness. No, I didn't. I was afraid. Personally, they told us not really to vie away from the hotel. I was staying with you two at the Copacabana there in Rio.
Wow.
It was our first ever South American
my favorite
show.
song.
Yeah. I'm sure you listen to it day and night.
The Copacabana.
Have you heard the South version of it?
Copacabana?
Yeah, they've done it. Yeah, they've done it now. It's a total instrumental only. No, I'm kidding. You
almost gave Jim a heart attack.
Jim's like, please, do not do that.
I love that. That hurt me. That hurt me.
That was amazing.
Jim's the look on your face.
Oh my! I would feel less upset if you said Tony Iommi got caught in a file trading with Jared from Subway. That would offend me less than they did Copacabana, the instrumental.
Yeah, that would have been. We could take Laguna Sunrise, right?
I do love that.
I love it.
A little fluff, perhaps.
Yeah, but it's still good.
Yeah,
They don't even remember making that record,
No, I'm sure they
Volume
don't.
4, they don't remember.
No, that was
They thank their drug dealer.
on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, Laguna Sunrise.
Matt, finish that story because we got to get Bobcat in here.
Oh,
'cause he's got a heart out.
I just want to quickly tell you one of the things you'll appreciate about you two as well was that when they did the video for Beautiful Day, on our way there, we stopped in Bahia, and I was there with like Tom Freston, who was head of MTV Networks at the time.
Pretty fun with Tom.
And
He's
Bill,
nuts too.
Yeah, Bill Flanagan,
Oh, boy,
and
is he.
we were all out there, and we went to that place where Paul Simon shot that Rhythm of the Saints video for The Obvious Child with a city of drummers, and everybody got robbed that day something but me and Bill Flanagan. He had gotten his wallet lifted, so Bill wrote a book called A&R about A&R, and it's a novel, fictionalized, but he worked the story into it. So when I got to U2's studio in Dublin, Bono gives me the book. He goes, Matt, hey, your guy's story is in here. So he gives me the book, and and then all of a sudden his assistant calls Bill back in New York and goes, hey, Matt, Bono gave the book to Matt. So can you send him another one? And Bill was thinking to himself, well, if he's going to give away the book, I'll just send him the Galley. Well, the Galley had the wrong cover on it. What he didn't realize is Bono wanted to hold the book in the Beautiful Day video. So he was holding the book with the wrong cover on it, which Bill was like, damn,
Yeah, what a great PR opportunity.
Yeah. So he gives me crap about that, but Bill's great.
Right.
But anyway, it was thanks for having me in, though, man.
No, you're gonna hang.
Yeah, it's cool.
The Soaked and Bleach stuff is up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
The official page is not.
The Twitter looks good.
Yeah, the Twitter is looking good.
Right, they moved their pages.
Oh, there you go. A little internet switch trying to hide.
All right. We'll find you.
I also want to mention that there's going to be a new show in the new year called Landmarks Live too, where we do shoots with artists in different locations.
Okay.
And but I'll be able to talk about that a little closer.
Come back and hang with us again, man. Anytime.
I love hanging with you guys.
Anytime you want.
We gotta go see. The three of us gotta go out and see music together. I'm gonna go see some.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to see you too.
Yeah.
So I can maybe get a fucking picture.
Which you deserve.
Backstage. Thank you, Matt, for saying that. I don't ask for much.
You've loved them for so long.
I was 12 feet away. How hard is it? How fucking hard is it?
Favorite tour? One last question.
I got my own camera.
Opie, now I'm interviewing you. One last question.
You should have just took it.
Fuck.
One last question.
Whatever.
Favorite tour? What was your favorite show that you saw?
For you too?
Yeah.
Oh, when it was just down and dirty, Joshua Tree, 88-ish.
Wow.
Were you here or would you see it?
No, I was in.
Did it at the
that was.
Meadowlands.
I want to say that was Buffalo.
Yeah.
I believe Buffalo, New York.
It was a great show.
Yeah, just stripped down and dirty. Joshua Tree was probably it.
You were on the radio up there at that time, or?
I've been doing radio since I was 18 years old.
Pennsylvania?
Every fucking where. Everywhere.
That's a good tour, though, the Joshua Tree.
That was solid, because that's one of my favorite albums still to this day.
I mean, how can that be?
I love that and Octung Baby are two of my favorites.
Octung Baby's great. Did you see the documentary on that?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wasn't it really good?
It was really great.
And then I've sort of tapped out in recent years, more or less. Yeah, City of Blinding Lights, I love, and Elevation and all that, but,
Walk On, good song. It was a great
last
song.
couple of records, I've tapped out a little bit. Don't know as much.
Yeah, you know what? I wish you were being at that show they did at Irving Plaza, but you were, I don't know if you were in town at that time. You were, though. You were here.
I was, Matt. Yes, I was.
Yeah, that's
I didn't get the invite for that.
Because Irving Plaza is a little,
I know.
Yeah.
more intimate of a situation.
Yeah, I wish I'd known you then, because I introed
Yeah,
him
that would have been wonderful, Matt.
Opie, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to make it up to you.
There's really not a lot to make up. You didn't do anything wrong, Matt. Opie has poor Matt feeling guilty because he didn't know him. Sorry, I didn't know you back then.
Just rubbing it in at this point, though.
It's like we had a sleepover in my house.
I got to piss
like
badly.
Matt.
I got to piss.
Yeah, we got to.
I have to piss
all
my
right.
pants.
Matt,
When are you on here, Matt? Matt's awesome. He's
You know,
a
I'm
fucking-
on now. I was on nights, but now I'm on mornings. So I'm kind of like I've been running songs for a little while.
oh shit, go back
But
to
I'm,
your show.
I'm doing mornings, but
if you want to come
I'm
back
with him.
around 10, because we're gonna have Bobcat. And
I'd love to see him because we can talk about the.
No, you can't be here during the Bobcat.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a whole thing from his people. They're like, there's a whole issue with
Stay out of
Matt.
this one.
His
No,
reign-
I'd love to hang out. It'd be great.
Anytime.
I so think.
Okay, all right, we'll figure it out. Matt Pinfield, awesome.
The awesome Matt Pinfield. we love.
Sherrod's going to be doing Race Wars with Kurt Metzger tonight.
That's right.
At 9 o'clock, please listen. It's the last one of the run, and then we got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out, Opie.
We'll be extending it.
Of
Who are we
course.
kidding? And then Jimmy's got dates all over the place, including Houston and Dallas and Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, just go to jimnorton.com. I'm touring with you two to get my picture with them signed. Go to break, Travis.
Who are my friends? We are back with Sherrod Small, Jim Norton, and we got Bobcat coming in.
And Bobcat Goldthwait and Barry Crimmins.
And Barry Crimmins. Let's get him in here.
Promoting Call Me Lucky. It's in select theaters August 7th.
Barry!
How you doing, man? How are you?
Bobcat, what's up?
Hey.
How are you guys?
Thanks for having us.
Good.
I'm okie doke. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for making a fine documentary.
Oh, thanks.
Call
man.
Me
Thanks.
Lucky. I saw it like a month and a half ago, so I'm trying to refresh my memory a little bit. It was really good.
Thanks. You know, it's funny. It's for folks who don't know anything about the movie, which would be most people, is it tells the story of Barry as a comedian and stuff, but you know, part of him as a man is you know, we discuss his rape as a child, his rapes as a child.
Oh, so we're going there. Okay.
And
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the film earlier, just so you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, there's some spoilers in this film, so I don't know what I can and can't say because I don't want to fuck up the film.
maybe a spoiler for you.
Sorry, I'm downplaying your childhood rape and calling it a spoiler.
Barry, lift your mic a little bit so you can hear. Just lift your mic.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
That was actually why
It's a little more than a spoiler alert
I'll say.
to Barry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like just one brief ground rule. I'm happy to discuss anything about the film so long as it doesn't pertain to me.
So outside of that, it's made my job really easy.
So there were childhood rapes, I guess.
Wow.
Did you mention who did it, or do you?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I got to say, you know, a lot of comics really looked up to Barry.
Yeah.
And he was holding the secret for a really long time. And I think it was in 90, I got to look down at my sheet, 91 or something?
92.
92.
But, I mean, it wasn't. I just really didn't. So my sister and I kind of worked it out. I was pretty young. Almost as soon as I had processed it and dealt with it, I have no problem talking about it because I was a crime victim. I was 4 years old. I was a crime victim.
Right, yeah.
And you know, if you got held up at gunpoint, would you be embarrassed or ashamed or keep that a secret?
How long did it happen for?
Over a period of weeks, the babysitter's like mother's boyfriend or something like that. It can't really figure out was coming over and raping me. So.
When you tell it in the movie, I fucking...
Did they get this motherfucker?
It brought tears to my eyes.
Well,
It's
and not
fucking
for that,
brutal.
but
Do you
he
wanna-
died in prison.
one of the hardest and also one of the things that I really felt horrible about, and you and I haven't discussed this, is
Well, what better time?
this would be a good time. Is when you know, part of me pulling the trigger on making the movie was hearing Barry being comfortable discussing it. You know, I heard him on WTF and Dana Gould's podcast, and I'd wanted to make the movie actually since mid '90s about Barry, but when he told that, and it's just like you. I mean, I actually welled up in the room listening to him do that. But I think it might have been you know, a defense mechanism or something. It's the only thing I asked you to do twice, because the first time you told it, I felt really horrible. I felt like an asshole. I said to him, you know.
So you made me do it again.
Yeah, I said, I did. I said
Let's take another lap.
that was good, but I need more emotion. No, I said, I need you to relive it. I need you to think about it.
Wow.
And
Well,
then-
he did.
And yeah, and
Really?
and I
Yeah,
went.
that comes across.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I went to his refrigerator. I got him a beer. I don't drink. I'm like, here, have a beer. And he's like, I don't want one. And he's like, glug, 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 glug. And then I went and I got you another one.
Chipmunking them, two hands.
And so I'm sorry. I feel like I'm an asshole.
And I haven't stopped drinking since then.
Yeah. He had just got his 20-year chip. But you know what? You're a newcomer again, and that's great. You start over, and people talk to you more in the meetings.
Yeah, I mean, you started in Boston, and you came up with a lot of the guys we all know and love, and they were
thanks for all the stuff you've done for them over the years too.
You know about us a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure. Barry.
You know who I want to see in Boston? I've never
seen.
seen.
When you came to Boston, I just left.
We went up there in 95 to 98.
Yeah, I left in 93.
We had a hell of a run up there until we told yeah,
I know.
Told the city the mayor died.
Well, it turned out it was pressure.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, come on.
You told the city
part of our history.
The mayor died?
Well, it's April Fools.
You idiots.
Yeah, but to get in my head, I was so sick of hearing the stupid April Fools pranks that radio guys do.
Right.
And I'm like, why don't we... I called Ant. He was a little sleepy. And I'm like, let's fucking really do one. Fuck this
Let's
fake
kill the
shit.
mayor.
And boy, did it blow up in our face. But not really. I mean, we became huge after that.
I believe it.
We were sort of stuck in Boston. We knew New York was a calling, and we had nothing to lose. So whatever.
I want to see Don Gavin. I've never seen him live.
yeah,
Everyone
funny.
raves about Gavin.
Yeah.
He's like a legend in Boston.
Yeah.
I actually want to go to Boston and just watch him do comedy.
Yeah, he's great.
What I was getting at is the comedy club at the Chinese restaurant there.
The Ding Ho.
I didn't know you were the one that started that whole thing.
Yes, I was. Yeah. It was, yeah. What happened was I was going to come to New York to try to do stand-up, and I was hitchhiking. My father was in a VA hospital in West Virginia, and I got him, he was very sick, and then he got better. So I started hitchhiking for New York to do stand-up, to go, try to get on and catch or whatever, and it's raining like hell, and some guy says, I'm going to Boston. You want to go to Boston? And I said, fuck it. Boston's in the American League. And that's how it happened.
But, I mean, unknown comics at the time, Stephen Wright, Paula Poundstone, Dennis Leary, Lenny Clark, it goes on and on. Bobcat, of course, Kevin Meaney.
Kenny Rogerson, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, you from Boston, too? I didn't realize that.
No, I grew up in Syracuse, but I met Barry when I was 16. He was running an open mic in Skinny Atlas, which is outside of Syracuse. And Tom Kenny, who's... I don't want to name drop. He's the voice of SpongeBob. So Tommy and I have known each other since we were 6. Yeah. We saw this ad looking for comedians, and we answered it, and he thought we were adult men. So
not when I saw you.
No. Yeah. Actually, this is my first exchange with Barry. It's like, hi, we're, and he went, ugh. Fucking kiddie core.
The pictures in the film are hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
You as a young kid, it's creepy, actually.
I want to see it.
He looks, I mean, it says you're 16 at the time, but I think you looked like you were 13, 12 years old. Oh, my
and
God.
Barry's like
and he
20.
couldn't handle his beer at all.
No, that's true. But, so Barry put us up. I actually, in my mind, I wonder if, like, Tom Kenny did, just did a voice like he was an old guy, you know what I mean? It's like, I think I booked Georgie Jessel coming in tonight. I don't know who's coming.
Right.
When he
Why'd you stop stand-up?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No, I know. I still...
But you sort of went away. I mean, that's what...
Well, I mean, I do stuff. Sometimes I go off and write or do whatever, but I always come back. At one point, I stopped doing stand-up because, and I haven't said this before, but my dog, who I love, was getting really old, and I didn't want to say, well, I'm not going to go on the road anymore because my dog's, old. But... So I was going to, he was only 9, though. He would just turn 9, and he died like 2 weeks later, and I had announced I wasn't going to tour anymore.
So he had to get another dog.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
fake it. That dog had spots.
And you sort of had a Bill Hicks thing going.
Bill was a good friend of mine.
He was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your vibe was definitely kind of like Bill Hicks. Political humor, where and some of the people didn't want to hear that.
And highly commercial.
Well, but and Barry won't say this, but Bill and him were friends, and Bill actually would call Barry with advice and stuff. Like, Barry gave him good advice, like told him to do that bit on Letterman that got.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, the night that happened, I got the call from him. We talked for a few hours that night. He got bumped on Letterman.
Oh, wow.
He was a dear friend, and I just tried to warn him. Don't here. I tried this. This doesn't fucking work.
Right.
So he did better.
How disappointed was he when they cut it out, or did he expect it when he did it?
No, he was really upset that night.
Yes, he was.
He was really despondent.
Right.
And I kind of said, you know what, this is a bigger deal than just getting a set on TV. Getting a set taken off TV is not so bad.
Did you think it was impressive when Letterman showed it like 25 years later with his mom, or did you feel he should have done it sooner? Or,
well, you know what? There's always a spot in my heart for someone who reforms, someone who comes over to the right side and does something right. Good for Letterman for doing that. That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm sure his hands were tied at the time. I would assume if it was up to Letterman, he would have, said, I don't cut this. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So then in 92, why did you decide in 92 it was time to, like, say this on stage?
Well, I had just sort of, my sister and I, my sister sort of fleshed out some of the details for me, and then I did some work on it, and it was right when the Rodney King stuff happened. Everyone was on TV knocking all these kids, saying kids, and so we're doing a benefit for the Southern Poverty Law Center, and I just went on and said, a lot of people have a lot of shit to say about kids. But, kids come from somewhere. Things happen to kids. And, if you have some context for people, maybe. And then I said, for instance, and I told my story.
You knew that day you were doing it, or was it something
later in the afternoon? It kind of came to me.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it happened on stage.
I didn't tell anybody at the club.
Right.
And Sweeney insisted on closing the show. Steve Sweeney insisted on closing the show. I don't think you're going to want to close this show.
You're writing a set list. It was cats and dogs, and childhood rape.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
Here's Steve Sweeney.
And here, ladies,
follow that.
What's your closer? Well, I'm going to talk about trauma and then do the arms bit.
And then the headlines were everywhere, and then it changed your direction in life for a while there, Barry.
Yeah. Then I ended up, then the internet started, and I ended up getting on America Online, and then some people directed me to this shit that was going on there. They were just openly trading child pornography in the member created chat rooms on AOL, and I, in good faith, went to them and said, "Look at what's going on here. What are you going to do?" But they played it dumb because they were making money.
Right.
Back in those days, it cost $3 or $4 an hour. After 10 or 12 hours on AOL, it was $3 or $4 an hour to stay on AOL. These guys all had $1,000 a month AOL bills, and there were hundreds of them.
Right.
So I kept complaining, and they kept, kind of thinking they could appease me with this corporate talk. And then I ended up getting invited. My friend Alana Lawrence hooked me up, and I ended up testifying in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee about it. And that's in the movie.
It is in the movie, and it's intense. It's great how you worked that into
that guy
film.
was a real cocky lawyer.
No shit. Yeah, that's why it was intense.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Pete Townsend when he said that he was just going to investigate? Did you find that believable? Or?
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because I heard Tommy. I think he comes from somewhere. Right. That's the only opera I ever cried at. I went to the Broadway version of it, and it really hit me. That was right when I was sort of dealing with my stuff, and I wept at Tommy was.
I think Roger Daltrey cried at that too. The Broadway version. There's a story of Roger Daltrey sitting next to Penn and Teller. Yeah. And at the end of it, Teller leans over and he goes, "Now you know how I feel watching Siegfried and Roy."
That's great. But you got a lot done with the AOL chat room, certainly.
Yeah, that was why I wanted, partially why I wanted to make the movie was it was a real Caparesque kind of scene, where he goes to the and he lays this little guy against big corporation, and he kicked ass on the floor of the Senate. So, and his story that he'd written in the Boston Phoenix was really funny and emotional, and so I'd always knew I wanted to make it as a film, and originally a film. Jesus, I would punch me in the throat right now if I heard Bobcat Goldthwait talking about making films.
Why? It's a piece of work.
You're a piece of work. But it just seems the word film. I still can't get past. It's like, oh, Mr. Hot to Trot, please talk to us about your film. So I initially wanted someone to play Barry because I didn't want him to relive this trauma, and I just didn't want to, and I also thought it'd be way more commercial.
You didn't want that.
No, and so
who were you thinking could play Barry?
Well, partially it was a little bit
Tayback.
It was well, I mean, the real origin of the story, the movie that we finally made was Robin Williams was my best friend, and I know that that's who I had in mind, but that was 20 years ago. And then, so what happened was Robin is a fan of Barry's and knew Barry's story and knew that I was passionate about making this as a movie, and he actually suggested, because I wasn't having any luck getting a narrative made, with someone cast as him, and he said, make it as a doc. And then he actually kicked in the initial money that I used to start filming, and that was just February 2014. So the movie came...
Let me ask you, so you mean that when you went and pitched a narrative film about a left-wing political comic in the United States who was raped as a little kid, they just didn't...
They didn't get it. I went in the room. I went into Paramount. I go,
what else do they need? I'm with Barry.
Yeah. I was like, come on. All right, fellas. You love Howard Zinn? You read Howard Zinn? No. Okay. How do you feel about
what else do you want from me, right, Barry?
I've got Howard Zinn's favorite comedian.
How much more compromise can I get here?
So that was that's what made me pull the trigger on making the movie.
Did you always remember it, or was it one of those things that the memories came back?
I always remembered, but I didn't have all the details. And when I always had this picture of my sister. My sister basically saved me. Finally, she made a big stink, but the babysitter set her up like Mary Jo was really bad tonight and whatever. And so, but it was enough of an embarrassing thing that babysitter never came back. But she walked in, and in the basement there was an old couch down there, and she was looking around the house trying to find. She'd been out playing. She came in and saw what was happening. She was too young to really understand exactly what it was, and then she realized I was in trouble and started to make a run for it. And the babysitter caught her by the foot on the stairwell, and I always had that picture in my head.
The babysitter was there then, knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I have no hatred for the babysitter. Clearly, it was her or me, and she was a kid too, So I mean, maybe I don't know. When you're 4, you think everybody's 80. So I don't know.
How old was the babysitter?
Yeah, probably 12, 13. I don't know. But
you got to explain that you felt like you were going to die.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, I was so little, and I was getting my face shoved in this couch cushion, and I was being suffocated, basically.
What the fuck?
And so, when I did have flashbacks and stuff, I couldn't breathe, and that's what I had to figure out what happened. I was getting my face shoved. So, that's how close it was, and it's probably. I mean, it on some level it informs your whole life. You realize how quickly it could be over. In my case, 4 years.
Right.
And somewhere within somewhere all over the place between here and wherever this goes, and that's everywhere. There's a lot of kids going through similar stuff right now, and we just have to have the guts to talk about it and know about it.
And what about the adults that have gone through what you have, Barry? What do you say to them?
Well, I think
any
you have
advice,
to
maybe
go through things, not around them. I mean, don't construct elaborate. Don't. You can either wallow or you can go through it. For me, doing the stuff with the contemporary children, working on the child pornography thing, got out of my own way and did something for contemporary kids, and that had a lot to do with getting me healed. Rather than be one of these people where you say, "Oh, everything triggers me." It's like, well, my abuser ate strawberry licorice, and there was strawberry licorice in the movie, and they didn't have a trigger warning. I mean, if you set the world up so that they don't know the specific information about you, and then you feel persecuted for it, you're never going to get any better. You're just going to wallow forever. So, understand that everybody goes through some sort of stuff. And whatever you went through might be worse, might not be, whatever. It doesn't matter. Once the needle goes into the red, it doesn't matter if it goes all the way over the right. Once something happens, if a kid's being beaten, that's wrong. I mean, whatever it is, if it's emotional abuse, it's wrong. So, just do your work, and then maybe, as you begin to heal, try to help other people who aren't as far along as you, and you'll notice how far you've gotten.
Wow.
Were you ever afraid? Because a lot of people who get abused become abusers, and then a lot of people who are abused are afraid of what they're going to be like as adults. Did you ever have a fear like, oh, fuck, am I going to go in that direction?
No, I think that while the vast majority of perpetrators of these kind of crimes against children were harmed, I think the vast majority of people, and I have, having gone public over 20 years ago, I have a large base of anecdotal information that, most of them, they take it out on themselves. They could be difficult people to live with or whatever, but, for the most part, I don't think there's, whereas there's a much higher risk that person's going to become a perpetrator of these kind of crimes.
But in the movie, Barry there was an article he wrote, and he talks about that, how many more times, and maybe I could have been the perpetrator. Yeah. So, that was another part of why I wanted to make the movie. I do think it's, even though it's such a dark subject and everything, that it's hopeful at the end. Because he doesn't live in it. He's gone through it and come out the other side, and it's not who he doesn't identify. He's, as he's not in the muck, and that's why I wanted to make the movie. But when he says, I forgot what I was going to say, but when, he says you go through a problem, not around it. And he and I had a huge fight, again, when I'm discussing the movie, but, you saw I didn't want to. When he went in the basement, I didn't want to do.
I didn't know if you wanted to give that away.
But,
what happened? He goes back to the basement.
But I didn't want him to. I was just going there to film.
Right.
I just was shooting the shots that you see in the movie.
Yes.
And I didn't. I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do reenactments.
You didn't want to do reenactments.
It's all about you, isn't it, Bobcat?
Yeah. This is Barry. I'm sorry you live this, but this is really uncomfortable for me to make a movie about. This is really. You got to think about me, Barry. I'm really uncomfortable hearing about this.
Reenactments.
So he and I actually had a really big fight because I was filming there, and he's like, you go through a problem. I'm not giving this space isn't magical. I'm not giving it any power. I'm going down there. You can film it or not. And he went down there, and he's very articulate, and it's pretty powerful stuff. Again, in the space, and he did it for kids and everybody, so that it doesn't have it doesn't mean anything. But he was really articulate, and then we got done. He goes, I was in total shock. I really can't remember anything I said. Is any of it usable? And I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play yakety sax the whole time you're down in that basement.
Hey, did it smell the same, or do you not remember?
Like, did it trigger,
No, it was slightly different. I think it was more basement-y when I was there. It was sort of new basement-y then. It was a tract home, so it was new basement-y then, and now they've been there a long time. But it was about, the space was about the same as I.
But yeah, it did trigger. I mean, I saw it physically, and it was really hard for me. No, but yeah,
this guy's been through hell.
I've been through hell.
Exactly.
This has been so hard.
Making this film. Let's talk
making this film.
No, in the end, you show the people. In the end, it's just a fucking basement.
Yeah, right.
To let it fucking go.
Yeah.
That part anyway.
Yeah. I mean, don't.
It's not going to have a hold on me.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And plus, other kids have been in that basement since then. Other kids will be in that basement. I didn't want to turn it into this thing with this special power or what, I wanted to. I hate to use the word exercise because I tweet the Pope every day to demand excommunication.
I want to get to that for a second, but just to finish up on this thought, you did a great job of that, Bobcat, because I didn't feel like it was exploitive. I felt like it was done perfectly. Yeah. There's a lot of people would think, oh, now he's in the basement. This is like a little, it was done very.
Thanks. That means
very
a lot because
well.
thanks, and the whole nature of thank you. That means a lot. The whole nature of it. I didn't want the movie to be, well, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, no, it came across.
What do you tweet the Pope? I want to know what you tweet the Pope.
I was going to start by saying Barry is not a fan of organized religion in general.
Do you hate this? Do you hate the new one? I kind of like the new one. I found the last one, Benedict, to be repulsive.
Well, of course. I mean, he was the guy. How did he become Pope? Well, he ran the office where all the stuff arrived, and all of the evidence would arrive in the diplomatic pouches. And the Vatican is, of course, its own country because of a deal they made with Mussolini in the late 1920s.
Yeah.
But the new pope, I feel, it's his job to change the subject and not the church, or he wouldn't send his emissaries to Geneva to tell the United Nations that he doesn't think They don't think child rape is torture. There's a chance for them to clean up a lot of stuff like Dolan when he was in the Cardinal in New York.
Yeah.
When he was in Milwaukee, they hid all these funds, all these money in burial funds so they could create a fake bankruptcy and not pay off these deaf boys who were raped and so on and so forth. So, I'm all for, I'm worried about global warming and we should take care of the Pope. We should take care of the poor. Maybe you could sell a fucking chalice, pal. But really, until he does something to clean up both the financial and the legal scandals, including rendering under Caesar for civil prosecution many of these people who are child rapists, I'm not that excited about his PR campaign created by a guy named Greg Burke, who used to be the Fox News correspondent to the Vatican, who's selling us this progressive Pope.
Okay.
But what's he tweet?
Shots fired.
But he tweet every day, Sometimes
every single day.
But sometimes it makes me laugh because I'm like, he just woke up and he's like, oh, whatever. It's like 800 tweets, and now he's just like, oh, what a great way to cure the Monday blahs, Pope, excommunicate me.
It's how great would it be if he blocked you?
I envision that.
It's Crimmins on Twitter. You got a few tweets there, Eric, that he's been tweeting as far as the Pope goes.
Yep. And the farce, excommunicate me, please, and thank you. And that's sent to the Pope. You talk a lot about mercy. Please show me some by excommunicating me. That was his only tweet of that day. It's
yeah.
Don't you like the new young Pope? You don't like that dude? The cool Spanish
Did you
dude?
have your headphones?
But he's the young, cool South American. The tan, he got a tan.
He's from Italy originally.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Better than the guy with the ruby red shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, what was going on there?
What was his real name? Ratzenberger?
Yeah, Ratzenberger. He literally was in charge of the office that they brought all the evidence to. And then when he became Pope, I'm sure, at the meeting, they're going like, well, I've been able to keep a lid on this thing up until now, Cardinals, but,
Who knows?
Who knows if they bring in some other... Maybe we could make you Pope. Now, there's an idea.
Why do you think he was the first Pope to retire in 600 years? Was it 600 years?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
600 years.
That's very interesting.
What was that about, you think?
That documentary hurt him, I think. There was a documentary about the priest who were raping the kid, one priest, and his name came up a lot, and then people realized he was like that last line of defense, and what a scumbag he really was.
So it's like a PR move.
I think the church just panicked and realized this guy is really bad for business.
We got to do something.
Wow.
Was he the one that was the brown shirt when he was a kid?
No, well, that's another form of child abuse. He was a kid. So
he was young Nazi, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Hitler Youth. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a sibling that said, but he wasn't enthusiastic about it.
It's like Boy Scouts for some kids.
He hated the Jews, but he was lazy.
He didn't get all the merit badges. He had the uniform, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, these Jews.
But it would have been nice if he, it would be nice if this guy was everything he says he is. But there's action that could be taken that would really show me a lot. And he's talking about some big issues he can't do much about. He could do a lot about this issue, and that's open up the books, turn over the criminals, let civil authorities handle these people who were serial rapists of children.
Do you think is it him, or is it like the presidency where they have a certain amount of power, but there's a lot of people behind them? Do you think with him that there's a lot of cardinals and things who really won't allow that?
It's like, as my friend Randy Credico says, the president's like the guy at Walmart that hands out the smiley faces. The Pope is probably to a degree that, and they represent so much money.
Yeah, so much money and real estate.
There's stuff. They have art treasures, and you can't even calculate. They make Harvard look like ragamuffins.
Yeah.
They have so much money, and that's, I think, what they're protecting. They're sort of the original evil corporation.
Right on. Bobcat, I got to ask you about Robin Williams, man. Did you have any inkling?
I never. I brought him up here. I really never spoke about him too much publicly because I talk about his involvement in the movie. We were really close. I spoke or text with him every day, almost every day. No, but that's why it's a loaded question. I try not to talk about him too much because of the respect to his kids and his family and his wife and stuff. But and I'm not a doctor, but his coroner's report, said that he had Lewy body dementia, which is a disease that attacks the mind. In fact, he was riddled with it, and definitely in the past couple of years, there was this change in him where he was really processing stuff differently. So it still was a horrible surprise. But the other side of that is he and I were, we were really close. And so people go, oh, did you see this coming? It's like, we're you talk about suicide. It's like, well, we're comedians. We talked about suicide for 33 years. Occasionally we would work in other topics. It'd be like, hey, congratulations on the Oscar. Oh, thanks. How would you do it? I think in the car. So holy shit. So yeah. I mean, it's
so real.
I don't know if that's my.
I don't mean it to be a loaded question, to be honest with you.
No.
Jimmy talks about it a lot, so maybe I should take Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, but that's it. It's
of course. I feel like
I think we're kindred spirits. I mean, we're comedians, and it really is. It's in all the movies I make. I didn't until afterwards. I realized, wow, it's in all of them. It's in all for me, So. No, I didn't. Of course, you wouldn't see something like that come on.
No, and it's like the people who commit suicide, there's always guilt left, because there's always friends who are like, fuck, was there something I missed or what? And usually it's like, no, when someone does it, they just do it. And it's like...
And I do believe that this Lewy body dementia was what made him say it was okay. And at the end of the day, I just think, my friend got sick, and I wish he hadn't got sick. And I miss him. And people are always like, oh, do you have Robin Williams stories? And it's like, what do you mean? It's, like I said, we'd always get off the phone saying, I love you. So I know that's the last thing I said to him, and he said it back. But, it's, my stories aren't like, oh, I was at a club and he stopped in, it's just, my stories are always like, they're always stories when I look back where I look like an asshole. Like, we were in the Caribbean once, and this barracuda comes up, a huge barracuda, and it comes up, and I'd love to tell you I'm a better man, but I just grabbed him and put him between me and the barracuda, and our mask, I come blasting off, and he's like, you just did that, you just, I go, yeah, you've had a good run, Give me
a couple of years.
Yeah, I'll be just Robin Williams and other guys, but
I was once on a plane with Jackson Browne and David Crosby and Graham Nash, and we're flying over the lake where Otis Redding was killed, we're going to play Madison, Wisconsin. And somebody on the plane says, oh, that's right where, and the pilot even kind of tipped, that's right where they went. And I'm sitting there going, like, I'm a fucking trivia question on this one. Like, who else?
You're the big bopper.
By the way, Otis Redding, didn't that accident happen like right after he recorded Dock on the Bay, what the fuck is it called?
I believe you're right.
It was 3 days after.
Wow. Very close.
Something like that.
He never got to see how that that song became successful.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Could you go back to that Donald Trump tweet from Barry? Donald Trump is a ridiculous asshole who sets off tuning forks and other ridiculous assholes. We got it. Is there any other news? Bravo on that.
Thank you.
They are obsessed with Donald Trump on the news. We kind of are here, too, as well, because
he's entertaining.
He's messing up the whole political process. We think that part of this story is hilarious.
I like anybody who ruins the polite discussion they try to have with each other. Yeah. They're trying to have a polite music recital, and he's fucking running through banging a cowbell, being an asshole, and none of them know how to handle it. Because they're all like, even liberals and conservatives, they're all like, we're going to do this a polite, certain, structured way, and they're all fucking garbage.
I think you described it one day as a dance. That everyone understands their moves in this dumb political
except for him. He's just doing the electric slide and making an ass out of himself.
Trump would be a great pope, though, I'll tell you that much.
He's like a Batman villain to me. He just has all this money.
Yes. He has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Even if he loses $1 billion, he's got.
He's the rich guy we all want to be.
Right.
The problem with this, this and all the other elections is somebody wins the fucking thing. That's what sucks about it. Yeah. One of these clowns will be in there.
You can't look at any of them and be psyched. None of them I feel good about.
I think they're all clowns.
Well, either or isn't much of a choice.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the problem. To me, we need a broader spectrum. Like, I'm a lefty. I would like once in a while to have, like, you know, if we're going to have a health care reform, maybe for a few days we could talk about single payer, maybe rather than have rearranged the boondoggle with the people who caused the problem, you know, being that thing is 2,700 pages long because they've got extra safeguards for consumers in there. You know, Canada's health care reform was 11 pages long, and 8 of it was them being polite to the Queen. And the rest is, if you're fucking sick, go to the doctor.
Right.
But I mean, on the other hand, I mean, they're like right wingers don't get a lot of this shit. You know, they get appeased, and it's just the either or. The spectrum doesn't go that far, and I would like to be more represented. And I think that we make the mistake of thinking that the problem is we just don't have the right leaders, and we don't look at the system more. Because I mean, I don't need a leader. Morons need. And this isn't a fucking field trip. You know, I don't need a leader. I'm not going to get lost without some guy to meet me at the bus in 10 minutes.
A third party would help, don't you think?
Yeah, sure.
A little bit.
12th party.
Yeah, 12. We need a lot more parties.
I mean, we'll never get 12, but maybe we could get a third.
We got to mix it up.
Yeah.
We got to mix it up. We can only have enough choices.
A legit third party.
I'm a wig from way back.
I'm a dead rabbit.
But the film "Call Me Lucky." So where can people see it? Is it all over the place, or just?
It opens August 7th in New York and L.A. and actually in about 20 other cities. So I'll ask folks to go online and find it.
CallMeLucky.com. You can get obviously where
CallMeLuckyMovie.com. I think it is.
Oh, then maybe we have it wrong. I'm sorry. It's they gave it to us wrong on the sheet. CallMeLuckyMovie.com and Call Me Lucky Film on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah. Bingo.
Thanks. I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad you liked it.
I fell in love with you, Barry. I mean, wow.
Thanks,
you got a story to tell.
He says that to every guy that comes through.
Trigger. Ixnay.
I think it was really brave, really.
Well, thanks.
I'll tell you. And to learn about all the things you really did for child abuse and stuff, it's an honor to meet you.
Well,
that's not an easy.
Pleasure to be here.
That's not a fucking easy thing to do.
Yeah,
and Bobcat, you put it together very well, for real.
Thanks.
I didn't feel it was exploitive or any of that.
Oh, good. Yeah,
not at all. Because you know the deal.
Yeah,
you know how people could fucking be with this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to cut me out of it. You know, I'm in it a little bit.
Well, pictures of you as a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
99% of the movie's true, but when I'm in the movie, it's bullshit because no one's interviewing me. So I'm like going, when Barry moved to Cleveland and there's nobody,
Yeah.
Good question, Bobcat. I think
it's just you responding to you.
Yeah, just me. There's no one behind the camera.
It's like confessional.
Do you guys miss the old days when you all were just coming up and no one knew who you were and you were just fucking banging it out?
Well, I'm there again. We were at a film festival, guys. Like Bobcat.
This whole project is about.
Yeah, I was at this
obscurity.
I was at a film festival. This guy's like, Bobcat, I'm your biggest fan. I go, all right. I take a picture with him. He goes, what are you doing now? No, I don't expect people to know.
Yeah, I think you've made a few wonderful films there.
Thanks,
is
man.
what you've done. Holy fuck!
Thanks.
Did you guys think that all you guys would be as famous as you end up being? I mean, those names we mentioned earlier.
I mean, I knew we were on to something. I just told this story to somebody the other day for the first time. I was around the corner from the thing was the In Square Men's Bar, Ladies Invited. It was a great rock joint, and I used to sneak over there to get away from the ding. And one night I see this guy, and I know him, and I realize it's Ian Stewart, who literally played the keyboards for the Stones for a while.
Wow.
But he didn't look cool enough to be. He looked like an old guy with a rumply suit on, kind of. So he wasn't cool enough looking to be part of the look. But he played, he played with him, man. He also was the recording engineer on Exile on Main Street and stuff. So
Jesus.
I'm talking to him, and I say, I got a club across his comics. Come on over if you want. Well, just don't tell anybody. No, come on over. So he would come over, and I'd feed him beers. And he said, man, I haven't felt anything like this since '65 in London. And at that point, I had a pretty good feeling about where we were headed.
Yeah.
It was pretty explosive,
Wow. Yeah,
I remember once coming in and someone had tried to class up the place and put a Christmas tree on stage, and I'm rounding the corner to the ding how, and I see the stage door which went right out to the sidewalk and street, and just a lit Christmas tree comes flying out the window into the street.
You're in a good place.
No, I was like, oh, I'm on time. Barry's on stage. Barry just walked up on stage, ripped the Christmas tree.
And one other thing about your gang, it was Stephen Wright that opened the door for the rest of you, right? He was the first one that went out and did
absolutely.
Carson.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then everyone took notice.
Twice in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
he did Carson. He was so good they asked him back like 4 days later. I think Freddie Prinze was the
yeah. Oh yes,
and he killed just as much the second time.
And that opened the door pretty much for the Boston comics of that
absolutely.
era.
He's our patron.
He was a fucking machine with jokes, man. Like a couple of minutes, he was awesome.
And I toured with him a lot.
We finally had him in here about a year ago, maybe a year and a half.
I loved him.
Loved him. Hope he comes back, but
yeah.
All right, we're babbling now. CallMeLuckyMovie.com. I saw it. I really did enjoy it a lot, and I guess it'll be on demand as well if it doesn't.
It'll be
if it doesn't hit a theater near you.
Yeah,
Kenny has something.
Oh yes, Kenny.
Very rare.
You can't have Bobcat in studio and not compliment him on Windy City Heat.
Oh, well, thanks. When we were making this movie, Barry kept asking, is this Windy City Heat 2?
Yeah, we need a safety.
No, yeah, and act, Barry. Well, thanks.
Yeah, that movie is great and has a cult following, certainly, too, man. People continue to watch it on a regular basis. You have a question about the movie, Kenny?
No, I'm just.
You're just a big fan of that movie?
Big fan of Friends with Don Barris.
Sure.
That was an underrated comedy.
Well, thanks. I'm just
Is Kenny kind of dangerous, or is it?
No.
That's the vibe you getting from him?
No, retarded.
He was Dice's guy for a really long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and Perry had no idea.
Well, folks watch the movie, and that's the thing they're always questioning. But,
well, you got it. I mean,
yeah, I guess
that's the number one question. Like, how does this guy not know?
But no, it was really strange. I mean, I really because there was cameras everywhere and everybody was in on it, and then eventually it was just like I truly thought like people were filming me when I was peeing. Like the whole environment was really strange, and it's a weird way to make a movie where you rehearse and then you bring the lead in.
Right.
Yeah. Don was goofing on Perry for years before that.
Oh yeah. You know the backstory.
Oh
here.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It was going on for 11 years before
kind of
Windy City.
Oh no kidding! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Isn't there kind of a sequel?
Well, there's always stuff going on with those guys. It's like Godfather 3.
Did you see the Joe Schmo show?
No, but I know that it's similar.
Extremely similar, and amazing. And they could only do it once. They tried to do a second one, it just failed miserably.
Oh, okay.
But boy, did they pull that off. Yeah.
It's
basically it's the real world with everyone in on it except one guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you've never seen it, it holds up too. It's great.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yes.
You really got to
does.
cast the right one guy because like if you're doing
they got him.
Oh, good. Because if you have all this stuff going on and he's just non-pulsed, like that's all right. So my friend just ate a horse.
He was a dummy.
And he was a dum-dum?
There were a lot of signs, and he still just bought it hook, line, and sinker. It's hard to find, too. I finally found it on YouTube. I started watching it again last year or something. All right, let's get him out of here. Bobcat, thank you, buddy.
Thanks. Thank you guys so much.
And
thank
Barry
you.
Crimmins, thank you. Come back and see us next time you guys are in New York.
CallMeLuckyMovie.com. Just go there and get the list of all theaters. It's a lot easier, and you can just find out when you want to go and where.
Right on.
It's easier.
I liked Bobcat. That was the first time we've had him on the show.
Yeah, I like him a lot, and also Barry.
And I really like Barry Crimmins. I hope he comes back and does some radio with us.
Agreed.
You know, a lot of people always ask, where's the line in comedy?
There's no line.
There's no line. Anything can be fucking funny if done properly.
Yes.
We were just laughing at child rape.
Yes.
During that last break.
He made it funny.
None of us are into child rape.
No, but I'm into the material.
But when when Bobcat was talking about, it would be tough to reenact that scene, and then Barry jumps in with tough for you.
Yes.
Holy fuck! We're laughing at child rape at that point.
Well, reenacting it. Yeah, it's brutal.
So I mean,
it's all perspective.
Absolutely,
it's all perspective.
You got to understand that some of this stuff is a little touchy, and you got to be careful with it, of course.
And anybody has the right to laugh about it. It's somebody who went through it.
Right.
They got, they have the front seat.
Yeah, the movie Call Me Lucky is a bit dark, but it's certainly well done, and it's
everybody had a little fondle done to them when it was young. Everybody had a little fondling.
Did you?
Everybody had a little
What kind of fondling did you have?
I have actually escaped some from Boy Scout. I had a story about that when I lost my boy.
Yeah, I love that story. Were you here
I
for
lost my
that?
boy in canoe. But like I got like even from like babysitters who were still female, but yeah, that's where I lost my virginity to a babysitter.
How old were you?
I was 12 and a half. It was like that summer between 12 and 13.
And how old? Excuse me.
She was only 16.
Oh, okay.
But she was like, her 16 was like 21.
Yeah.
My 12 was like 7.
Sure.
Because I was like just a goofy kid.
That's right.
You were immature.
And my 6 is like 2. I lie about it a lot. They're very disappointed when they realize I've photoshopped the picture. It looked a lot bigger in the photo. Yes, it did, madam.
Yeah, it was, everybody got fondled. Everybody got a little fondling.
I have no
But he got straight
That means
raped.
yours
That
was a
rape.
doozy.
You think?
You have no memory. That means
I don't have any inkling.
It might have been too young when he was getting his pamper changed. You don't know. He think it's just talcum powder, but it's somebody's tongue on him.
That's true.
I really have no inklings.
Yeah, maybe you
Nothing.
weren't.
So
you
maybe.
I have no memories of it either, other than other kids and my. But I don't look at it abuse because the Dr. Drew was trying to tell me that I was abused. But I'm like, no, I don't think so because they were my age.
Right.
So it was almost like it was voluntary.
I wanted it. Even like my sister's friends. My oldest sister was like 9 years older than me. I used to hump all over her friends, and they used to do the same.
Girls, that must have been fun.
Yes, they were like 16. I was young, and they'd be like, "He's so cute," and then I'm in my bunk bed getting fondled.
Yeah, I didn't have that experience.
I had a sister 6 years older than me, and when she brought her friends around, trust me, I was wiggling my tiny little ass, hoping against hope that something might go down.
Who are you, Mae West? You were wiggling your little
I
ass?
was wiggling.
Come on over here, big boy.
Come up and see me sometime.
Yeah, why don't you come over here and look at the shake I'm giving you?
I would wear my shorts, whatever. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what a woman 6 years older would find a bit erotic.
Whenever my sister
I
had
felt
like,
miserably.
any slumber parties, I was there like with a smoking jacket on. You girls want Kool-Aid? Trying to get it in.
Yeah. I don't know if I was 12 and do you think the 16-year-old babysitter abused you though?
No, I don't think it was abuse, but it was definitely
because that's what we all wanted when you were 12. You had a 16, 17-year-old girl around, whether it's a babysitter or something. You're really absolutely hoping that there were some moves going to be made.
The first
by
time
her.
an older girl touched your dick is one of the most magical moments in your fucking life as a boy.
Wow.
And not as to help you pee, because you slow in the head.
It was an extremely quick magical moment.
Oh, yes. It came and went like the breeze.
Yeah.
But it was great.
We haven't done any material today, and there's a lot of amazing stories out there today.
The lion story is good.
In Milwaukee?
No.
The American dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
now he's in hiding.
He should be in hiding.
He should be. And that lion was friendly and loved humans. And went up to
this
you.
guy's I do believe the guy when he said he didn't know that it was necessarily. That he didn't know it was that. I think he might have thought he was on a legal hunt, but either way, he's a fucking cunt.
Yeah, even a legal hunt of a lion is not illegal hunt. It's like you got a gun, the lion, you ain't using the meat for nothing. It's not fucking with your.
I mean, the villagers. I think the villagers. But here's the thing with these fucking trophy hunters. I'm sick of people defending them. Well, that money goes into the local environment. That money is used to help the animals. Just donate the money. Yeah, you can donate the airfare. You fucking cunt. You wanted to go shoot. Just be honest about what you wanted to do.
Right.
I wanted to go shoot this lion, so I spent 50 G's. And yes, they might do the money to help with the conservation, but you could have just donated the money if you cared about the conservation. So shut the fuck up. And I'm not talking about all you hunters. The guys that hunt shit and actually eat, like Ted Nugent, I think he does hunt.
He eats the meat.
But if you eat what you hunt, I don't care if it's bears, whatever it is. That's why I corrected myself on Twitter yesterday. Trophy hunting to me is different than big game hunting. If you hunt a big thing and you eat it, fucking you're a better man than me.
Right.
I don't know how you can be proud posting these photos on Facebook. I just don't get it.
He's a cunt.
But you know what? Again, it's not.
Now a beautiful rhino like that, and this fucking piece of shit just got to put his arm on it. Look what I did.
They feel like when
How about you make your wife come and you fucking take a picture of that?
Yes.
That's what I'd like to see.
It's like dick pics.
Wait a minute, this guy's killed all sorts of fucking animals.
He's killed other animals.
I don't get it. I just don't. And then
It's
people
dick
will argue,
pics.
look, when they kill the elephant, not one piece of meat is wasted. The villagers come out and
I got got no problem with that if the villagers do it. I say yes, they don't need some rich fucking white American flying over there. I'll teach the Africans how to hunt.
Yeah.
You dumbbell, they could do it with a rock, they could kill the elephant.
But
rich jizzbag.
He can blame the park guys, but again, he's in a park. It's like going to a petting zoo to hunt. You know what I mean? He paid $55,000. They cut the head off, the skin off, I think the paws, and then dumped the body at the edge of the park property.
Yeah, but I don't think they were in the park though. They lured him.
They lured him out, but still, you know what I mean. But, child molesters don't actually molest you in the school; they get you into the van.
Right.
They basically candied this lion into the van.
Right. So it's
your mom sent me.
Yeah. The lion roared, "What's the password?" And they said, "Duck." So they shot him.
How did we know Cecil the lion? I mean, it has a name and everything.
I don't know.
Just locally, everyone knew.
We didn't know him, but yeah, he was very popular.
No, I know we don't know him, but I mean,
I met Cecil a couple of times. He was I asked for a picture. He said no.
He said no.
Yeah, exactly. Scott wouldn't hook me up. He was talking to Cecil in the fucking. I said, Scott, introduce me to Cecil the lion. He's like, I got it. But then he took a picture in the fucking fishbowl.
You see, I think Eric and I both got a picture with him. I can try to pull it up.
I guess what I'm saying, locally, they really knew this lion.
Yeah, he
they
was
named
friendly.
him Cecil, and he was friendly and all that. And then this dentist comes around, and that's it.
What a dumb fuck.
And he killed it with a bow and arrow. So, I mean, it's not even a gun, one shot, bam.
Suffered.
Right. He suffered. And if that first arrow doesn't get it, you got to keep going. You know what I mean?
And once he first got shot, Cecil the lion was like this. Oh, maybe they don't know it's me. Maybe I should show them that it's Cecil. It's me, Cecil.
It's me, Cecil.
I put two more in him.
I know. You're Cecil. Let's say hi to Joseph in Canada. Go ahead, Joe. What do you see?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Morning.
Hey, Joe.
I see.
I myself, I'm a hunter, and, I believe in the ethics of it and the conservation that it contributes to, but this fucking douchebag that went over there and spent all this money, and he spent money to go kill fucking rhinos and everything else, too.
He's a pig.
Disgusting.
He's a fucking pig, this guy.
I see a rhino. I see what looks like a leopard, I think, and a couple other.
The thing is, he was bow hunting it, right? And so to make a good fucking shot with a bow, you're close to that thing, and he would have seen the radio collar that was on the fucking animal because they were tracking him. For conservation, and then they tried destroying the fucking radio collar.
Oh, really?
And so,
this guy got to go to fucking jail.
So he's that close to the animal, can see the fucking radio collar, and still makes the shot and wounds it. So he's just a total fucking loser. Completely deserves to be put on a game ranch himself and let people take shots at him.
And
he's a cunt.
And obviously, like you said, you're a hunter, and you sort of understand the trophy hunting to a point. It sounds like, right?
Well, like myself, just some of the rules behind hunting up in Canada. An animal has to be a certain size in order to harvest it. But there is always that little I hope I get the biggest one just for the bragging rights to your friends. But
right, exactly.
I grew up in a household where you used every part of the animal that you could. And you fed your family with it, right? It wasn't just about getting the trophy on your wall. It was a lifestyle.
I'll never get it. I'll never get it.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
I don't care.
And they make up
money and all
exactly.
that. I don't care.
Donate the money.
There's just something so disgusting.
Donate the money. That's an excuse to do it. They're buying the right to go do that. And instead of just donating the money, and when they say the villagers eat the meat, the villagers are capable of fucking it's Africa.
Yes, they can do it themselves. They're not saying, hey, come over here and help us shop for food.
Thank you, white man, for coming over here and killing that elephant.
Thank you, Mr. White Man,
we've been seeing that walk around for years, and we just couldn't figure out how to kill it.
Donate the money. Donate the money. Donate the money. If that's what you care about, you fucking that's why I hate them so much, because they're such lying little cunts.
Yes.
No, I'm just trying to help the conservation. Donate the money. No, but I want to go shoot it. I literally hope this guy hangs himself.
Me too.
Oh, they are. He's in hiding.
Totally
be a brave man.
He's an asshole.
He's a cunt.
He's just as bad as the guy who put the fireworks in a dog's mouth recently and blew the dog's mouth off and was laughing while he did it. They just arrested the dude
Who
in
the
Chicago.
fuck did that?
You can pull the picture up. The dude just put fireworks in the dog's mouth, laughed. They got the picture online. And the whole mouth is bloodied. And this dude laughed the whole time. It's like it's the same shit.
That's a guy who will strangle prostitutes, though.
Yeah.
That's what those guys are. Those are the guys that kill people. They're the ones. I don't mean this trophy hunter. He's a dick, but I don't think he's a serial killer. But the guys that can actually torture an animal like that.
Human beings scare me way more than any fucking animal alive.
I don't know.
I'm serious.
Piranha bother me.
Piranhas,
I'm
okay.
good with piranha.
All
Piranha's not going to attack you on a 6 train. Humans will.
No, but they will in a pond.
Yeah, I ain't going to pond.
That's true.
That's their shit. If I see them on a plate, I'm going to eat them. That's their plate.
You should worry about the viruses that go up your dick hole when you go to
when
a
you
pond.
pee?
Way more than a fucking piranha.
That's why you can't pee in one of those lakes. Because they come right up the pee stream.
And then
even
it
if you're
goes to
outside the
your
water.
fucking brain.
No.
Yes.
They've had stories on the news.
Yes.
You got to
Yeah.
be careful of the freshwater lakes because these things go up your
they
fucking
come
pee
right up
hole.
your pee stream.
What will?
It's
The
mainly
fucking-
down south where these things will then go up your pee hole and end up in your brain.
You gotta be in the fucking water for that to happen.
No, you don't have to be in the water. You can be outside the water and they come right up the stream. Trust, they teach you that in Boy Scouts too.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yes, that's
You
probably
don't
the
have to be
count.
in the
Here's
water.
what, no, that's in Boy Scouts.
What is it? It's like a
It's the
salmon
warm.
going
It's because they
upstream?
go up the warm. They fill the warm water and they go straight up. It's like the salmon.
No.
You can go.
God,
That's the door.
now you're not. Oh, I don't want to. Jesus.
That was the Boy Scout leader lying because he wanted you to pee in front of him. Let me see this. Let me see this piece of shit.
He found a safe area where you could pee. Where
see
you
what
don't
he
get the
did?
virus up your pee
He blew
hole.
the face off a pit bull with a firework. The dog did
And
not
laughed.
survive the incident. Well, good. That's better. Let me see the incident.
Then you see, you keep reading. He laughed as he
I'm
did.
trying to see it.
A man in Illinois.
The incident happened July 7th. 24-year-old Nicholas Garcia. They were lighting fireworks in the alley and a dog appeared. They both decided to have some fun with the animal, intentionally tossed a firework. The dog chased it and picked it up immediately. Moments before it went over. So they didn't put it in his mouth and light it.
He really did. Hey, doggy, hey, and lit it, and like a little stick, fetch.
Yeah.
And the dog ran after it like
They
a
knew
dog
what
would.
okay.
They knew what they were
They knew
doing.
what they were doing.
You
They
know
laughed
dogs
after
will
you
run
when you got
after
it.
anything.
The dog's owner was apparently out for a walk.
Oh, Christ.
See, if you're the dog's owner and you have a gun and that happens, you should be able to just
Kill him.
remove the people who've done it.
I'm telling you.
I know Trump's son did some trophy hunting in Africa and killed an elephant. I do not agree with that.
No, not at all.
I
Somebody on Twitter asked me, "Are you going to ask Trump?" They thought I was afraid. I literally didn't think about it when he was in here. I hate trophy hunting. I like Donald Jr. I don't like that anybody trophy hunts. It sickens me.
But we did have that discussion with him in the
I
past.
remember.
Yes, a while ago. I mean, we could certainly bring it up again if he comes in. I don't get it.
It's some small dick shit.
Here's a guy that disagrees
That's what it
with
seems like to
Joseph
me.
in Canada. Joseph, go ahead. Are you there, buddy?
Hello?
Johnny in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man. Sorry. What's up, Johnny?
That's all right. Hey, just real quick, man, I never thought I'd see the day that I disagreed with anything Jimmy said, but today, fuck me. Hey, so that cocksucker from Canada that's calling saying, oh, he saw the radio caller on the lion. If you saw pictures, that little GPS device was under that lion's mane. You didn't. There's an impossible way to see it.
Yeah, he probably didn't see it. I believe that he didn't know that he thought. I believe he thought he was on a legal hunt.
Exactly, legal hunt, and now we got to say legal. Okay. Also, people are confusing trophy hunt, and they're saying we used every part of that animal when I was in Canada and feed our family. I have seen an elephant killed in Africa. No cell phones, no speakers, no nothing. And somehow all these tribes would come the next day. You could go to the spot where that elephant was killed, and there was just an oily stain.
Yeah.
Every part of that animal is
But why
used.
can't
So-
they do that themselves?
Yeah, they don't need somebody to come kill it for
Why do
them.
they need us?
Dude, it's the idea that
because we will pay $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 to go there. They have no money.
So
Dude,
why
you're
not
making
just
my
give it to
point.
them?
You're making my point. I agree with you. Why not just donate that money? If you care about the animal conservation,
Yes.
just donate that money if that's your intent.
And not shoot anything.
Why do you have to go there and shoot it?
Okay, I'm not a hunter. I'm not a fisher. I don't do any of that just because I don't like it. But if a dude, if they like shooting and trophy hunting, give $50,000. You get the head, you bring it back, and then everybody there is happy. I mean,
I know that. You're right.
Everybody's not. The
I
fucking
do agree
animal's
with
not
you.
happy.
But to me, if you do that, you're a cunt. Like again, the guy who kills it and eats it. Look, I eat meat, and I've said this before. The guys who hunt their own food and eat it, I have respect for. I can't do it. But the guys who will pay $50,000 to fly over and feel like a big shot just to shoot something is a fucking cunt.
I agree.
Donate the money. If you donate to a rape crisis center, does that mean you get to go over and rape one of the women? Well, hey, I donated to the center. I get to fuck one of you in the gymnasium. Doesn't work that way.
Good point, Jimmy. Good point. God damn it.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
Johnny. Great
I'm
point.
gonna donate and kill an animal that they've deemed a problem. How about you take that money and just build a fence to keep the shitty animal away from the other one?
Yes.
Just stop lying about what you're doing. It's annoying.
Give the rest of the money to the village.
Yes, I said that to myself sexually. Just stop convincing yourself that you're not.
I'm with you, Jimmy. I believe the same dentist. Well, let's this guy tell the story. Jeff in Maine.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, I think if you look into that, this story about the lion-killing dentist, I seem to remember hearing on the news that he got caught for shooting a bear in an area of Minnesota where he wasn't supposed to be hunting bear.
Yep.
And got caught dragging it to another area to say that he shot it. And that, so the guy is a dirtbag.
He's a
Jimmy,
piece of shit.
right?
I think he must have a really tiny dick.
He's a piece of garbage.
He's got a micro penis to be obsessed with this type of thing.
I'm telling you.
To the point where he's illegally hunting bear in Minnesota.
Yeah. It's weird, man.
That's a micro penis.
He also had a sexual harassment case. He paid out $125,000 to a woman. Well, his insurance company did.
While she was
to an employee.
This dude is doing a lot of small dick shit, man.
How much money does this guy make? Like, this guy makes a shitload to pay for all this illegal hunting.
Dentists make good money. I mean,
guess
that's just
so. Pay off all the sexual harassment lawsuits, and he does pretty well for himself. Good for him.
Yeah.
50 All right, one more, and then we
want him shot.
One more, then we got to move on to Tom Brady. We got a few things we got to do before we get the fuck out of here for today. Wayne in Georgia, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, he's paying $50,000 to shoot the line or whatever, and he's a dentist. You know how long $50,000 would go to fix those kids' fucked up teeth in Africa or where the hell he is?
Or London, for that matter, sir. Let's not just put it all in Africa.
One last thing, too. Another interesting side of this, I don't know if you... Rogan had the guy named Corey Knowlton, I think his name was.
Yes.
He's has all that hippo stuff. His take on that is actually kind of interesting. He does all that stuff, and it actually brings kind of a different perspective to it, to where, not that I agree with it, but in some cases, it is.
What is his name again?
Corey Knowlton. He's the guy that shot the rare white rhino, right?
Yeah.
Because Rogan's all about, he understands the trophy hunting. So I'm going to try to educate myself. I'll go listen to that podcast. Because a few of you have pointed me in that direction in the last, I don't know, probably the last few months. So I'll check it out.
I don't say that they waste the meat. I know that the villagers will eat the meat. But the villagers are basically saying, hey, we'll let you come here and kill it. And to me, if you really want to pay that much to go and shoot something, you're a scumbag. I don't care how you spin it.
Right.
If you donate that money, that's one thing. But you spent $50,000 just to go over and shoot something. You're a fucking scumbag. So you can mount that head in your house. Look what I did. I know, but you haven't made me come in 4 years. I know, but look what I did. Look what I did. Hey, I donated some money to the Child Protection Services. Which one do I get to put my fingers in? Well, no, I mean, I'll pay $50,000 to finger his asshole. Why can't I?
Yeah. Or make that number a lot higher. So you really, really want to go do that?
Just the idea that they would do that.
Make it $1 million.
I think
that'll
if
knock
you go,
out a whole bunch of people.
Make it $1 million, and plus, as you hunt the animal, somebody else hunts you.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
right.
How about that?
Right, that's fine.
But he doesn't like it that he's the prey. Now that everybody's kind of just bashing him on social media, and no one's even trying to hurt him physically. Why is it a problem for you? Like, you don't mind, you'll pay to go hunt something, and now that everybody's looking at you and going, go fuck yourself, you're
I need protection.
Own it.
I need protection.
Own it, man. You did it.
I need protection. Can someone protect me?
That lion need protection too.
Oh no, they're coming after me.
Oh no,
he's gross.
The villagers are coming after me. I need protection.
Grody. Where's that dentist from? Where's he?
Minnesota.
I don't know. Meantown or something.
And
Meantown.
The funny thing is that Milwaukee right now they have that lion on a loose.
Yeah,
I know.
How about go do something good and kill that one that's in your neighborhood? Stupid.
Right.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
He would have been a hero.
You gonna leave it up to Fonzie?
Grody town.
Laverne and Shirley. I'm thinking.
Shots beer.
Shamil Schmazel will get it.
Oh my God. Why would he do that?
One more. Real quick, though. We're going to move on, Andrew. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. What's going on? How are you?
Welcome aboard.
I can't ignore a phone call from Long Island. My God.
There you go.
Go ahead, Andrew.
That's right. Not too far from Huntington.
My God.
Nice.
Grody
All right,
tone.
very quickly. First of all, Sherrod, I love you, man. You kill it every time you come on. That's number one. Number two.
I'm loving you right now. I'm loving you right now. Affirmative action, brother. Affirmative action.
What's it called? It was like not the last time Ricky Gervais was on. I think it was the time before that. He said it on your show. I think it was the most brilliant analogy, and Jimmy's kind of hitting on it also.
Yes, I am.
If a guy came over and said, listen, there's this cancer patient who I know is going to die in 2 weeks, and I'd like to shoot him in the face, and I'll donate $250,000 to cancer, we never would let that happen. So it's the same type of thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Travis could pull the clip, but he said the same thing. It's insanity.
That's true. It's a true point.
I'm just saying, I mean, you said it on your show. Maybe some of these media outlets will pick it up.
Oh, who knows? The media's so grody.
All right, guys, loving the show. Sherrod, you kill it. You're my man, boy.
Thank you, bro.
You're my man, boy?
That's what I'm doing. Hey.
You want to be a man?
Was that insulting or was that a sexual thing?
That's the new thing on the streets.
You're my man, boy.
You want to be a man, boy?
It's better than being a boy, man.
Man, I think Dustin Diamond can kick your ass if you want to be a man, boy.
Oh, I can't wait to scrape Dustin Diamond over something.
Little callback. How's your neck? You pulled your neck to look at me last week when I suggested that maybe you'd have a tough time with Screech.
Was a whiplash.
Oh, boy, did you have whiplash.
Oh, my God.
And I saw the other side of Sherrod. I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh, man. I want to beat him.
2 videos. There's one video. Did you see the video on World Star Hip Hop? It's the guy who breaks into his ex-girlfriend's house.
Oh, no.
And is fucking screaming at the new boy. I saw Dante last night. I asked him about this guy. Like, I guess the one guy is living with a girl or something, and then the ex comes and just confronts him. It's a short video. Yeah.
Okay.
And the video's titled on World Star Hip Hop, man breaks into his ex-girlfriend's house and makes her new man pack up his shit. You prepared to die for that pussy?
Wow. That's a long title, but it's to the point.
Yeah, it is to the point.
Yeah.
But they cleaned it up for World Star Hip Hop. They didn't officially...
advertisers, they're smart.
Oh. All right.
Let's make that big.
But we know they're saying shit and pussy.
Yes, we are.
We do know that.
I say those words.
If you advertise on World Star 2, you're a trophy hunter.
Okay, get your motherfucking self. I mean, you jumping like you finna throw a kick or something. I'm trying to see. I ain't worried about that kick. I'm worried about his ass. Look at me, homie. I cut my hair not too long ago. My name Legend. They call me New York.
Call me Faye.
I know who the fuck you are, nigga. I know who the fuck you are, nigga. That don't mean shit to me. This is my motherfucking woman. This is my house. You see the picture still here? It's my mama and my aunt, nigga. Everything in here, me, nigga. Rick Legend, Master Chief, motherfucker. 6-star, concrete motherfucking gym. Everything in here, Rick, me, nigga. You prepared to die for that pussy? I am. So get the fuck up out of here. Fuck you. Fuck your child, nigga. I'll bury you in that motherfucker. Now what you gonna do? I'm with it, nigga. I'm a goon. I'm giving you a pass. Get the fuck up off my motherfucking house. You know, a woman going through some shit. We going through some shit. With your weird ass, you gonna get the fuck up off my house. This is an alpha male right here, nigga. This is an alpha male. Learn me. I'm from the streets of Harlem, New York City. I'm gonna kill for what's mine. Get your shit and get the fuck up out of here. Because when I come back, you better be gone.
Brilliant.
Wow. That's the ultimate definition of there's plenty of fish in the sea. Wow. Thank you for making the font bigger, Eric. I appreciate it.
Holy shit.
I could read these things now that you made the font bigger.
That dude was a shorty rock, too. Wasn't he like about 5'2" or
Holy.
something?
Would you deal with that?
No.
You're not in love that deeply.
No.
Ever.
You know what, though?
To deal with that
I
shit.
would back off that in a second. I would be like, sir, I was here rearranging the furniture. You're in fine shape. You don't need to take your shirt off. I could see you obviously do Pilates.
But I would definitely smash, though, on our way out. I'd be like this. I'm leaving, but I'm going to fuck her one more time.
Oh, wow.
I earned that.
But I saw Dante last night on the way. I bumped into Dante. Do you know Dante?
Yeah,
you know
Nero,
Dante Nero.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, with the bone in his ear.
He has, as they say, they say he has recorded a tremendous amount of street knockouts.
Oh yeah,
Dante is a real a problem.
I've never seen him be a problem.
No, he's the gentlest guy.
Big guy.
He's like Sherrod. He's a very sweet guy. There's never a bully. It's always fun and very friendly.
Yeah.
I've never seen that side of him either, but I just know guys who know him, and they said he's a major fucking problem. And I asked him, I sent him a link to that video because I'm like, I know how I would react to that. And I would be like, yep, I'm away.
Sorry. That's going to
be sorry. Didn't mean to. Sorry. But T was
Didn't
not.
mean to bump into you on the way out.
Dante was not as impressed.
Yeah, as the small dude. The small dude don't seem like he was really about it, but he had the rage in him. He was embarrassed that some dude was living in his girl's house. But I would think that you would just start fighting.
Dante would say that a real thug never talked that much.
Yes, he talked a lot in that swing. He took his shirt off, but that seems more puss than you would swing and somebody be like, hey, man, you should have took your shirt off. There's blood on it now.
Yeah.
That's a fighter.
Whitey would leave immediately.
Yes.
You guys have a different angle on this.
True. Right, I think
it's funny that you could, like, you see the tells in that video.
Yeah, I saw the tells.
To most white guys, you don't see those
Fighters
tells.
wouldn't leave, though. Like, it's funny when Uriah Faber talks about his first, like, in the cage fight.
Yeah.
He said the other guy was just talking so much and being in his face. And Uriah's saying, like, why is he doing this? We're going to fight.
Right.
Like, we're going to settle this.
Nothing else matters.
Didn't bother him at all. He thought that made the other guy was nervous. He had to talk that way instead of just getting in and fighting.
And
That said, I would back up immediately.
And plus the dude was like, I'm from Harlem. Harlem's not known for their scrapping. They're known for shooting. But if he talking about coming back and fighting this dude, it's like Harlem's not known for knocking niggas out.
I'm from Harlem, man. It's gentrified.
There's a Starbucks in my corner, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm right down the street from Columbia, motherfucking you, yo.
Yeah, it's not really.
We finally have a one-story McDonald's.
Yeah, nigga, I'm from the West Village.
right.
You know McDougal Street, motherfucker? That said, being yelled at like that would easily work on me.
The guy gave him a pass, though, goes, I'm giving you a pass.
Because he didn't want to fight him. I think that's because he didn't want to fight him. Unless that guy is so dangerous and literally just got out of prison. Unless the little angry guy literally just got out of prison and doesn't want to go back to prison.
It's like, first of all, you taking it up with the wrong person. Talk to the chick. The chick let the dude in.
Right.
Why are you angry at the motherfucker who she likes now?
Right.
That's dumb.
Because the other guy didn't. The other guy took it. But there was a couple of guys there with this guy.
Yeah. He
this
wasn't
guy
by
had
himself.
at least two friends with him. That guy didn't run away. He just kind of stood there and.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see at 33 seconds that the guy is so short that he stepped up on the bed?
Yes.
To be
Well, the
on
other
his
guy's
level?
on the couch too. No, the other guy's on the couch too. They both on the couch. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
he
enough.
steps down later.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I do feel that we need to explain to the listeners that the gentlemen in this video are African American.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have told that, but they wouldn't have learned that by the dialogue. You're right. Everyone was like, "Why are these Jews saying this to each other?"
They can't see it.
No, you're right.
Maybe they don't judge people.
Yeah. They thought it was C-SPAN we was watching.
Yeah, I can't believe are these two Hasidics arguing because he said I'm an alpha nigga. I can't. Why would the Irish speak to each other that way? Yeah, I'm from Harlem, USA, and we've all been up there. He's probably from one of the white blocks.
We also had the slight clue, World Star Hip Hop.
Yeah, World Star. Yeah, if it's on World
There's a
Star.
slight clue, slight.
I felt bad for the dude, the ex-boyfriend who came in here angry because his mother, he got pictures of his family still up there, and
That's
his fraud's
fucked up.
fucking another dude in there.
That's
if
fucked
anything,
up.
I'd be like this. I feel sorry for you, man.
Right.
Have your shit back.
Once again, on Twitter, Opie and Jimmy, we are really upgrading our Twitter. We're really aggressively keeping it updated with all the stuff we do on this show. So
Nice.
all the links we talk about, boom, right there as we talk about them. So go there.
Upper Falls.
Neil Falls. People loved Neil Falls.
Yes, they did.
We didn't even talk about Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, they extended
Destroying his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I mean, his reasoning was good. He says he gets a new phone every 4 to 6 months, and he destroys the old one.
That's a drug dealer. That's what drug dealers do.
But I wonder if celebrities do that.
He had a
No.
burner. You know
No
what it
one-
was? He
no
had
one
someone
does?
buying the burners, and that's
And a
how they
burn phone,
caught him.
yeah.
They put a wire tap on it.
Yeah.
And he was sending something to the Greeks. Keep doing wire references. It's bumming.
He broke it the day, or he had it.
Yeah, I
broken.
was going to get to that
Yeah.
point. That's the problem, though. The day they kind of wanted to see what was on that phone, he broke it that day.
Yeah.
And the NFL's trying.
Full of shit.
The NFL's trying to say we weren't even going to take possession of your phone. We wanted you to maybe show us that there might be some evidence on there that helps your case.
He's full of sugar.
Or helps your angle.
The other issue is that he claimed that he does this with every phone once he gets a new phone, and the NFL found out that he doesn't.
That's a lie.
He's full of sugar.
On the strength.
He's a jizzbag. But again, all those guys probably do it with their balls. They're probably coming after him for something that every quarterback does.
First of all, if you destroy your phone every couple weeks, a couple months, your wife is going to divorce you.
Absolutely. And who the hell are you, E.T. or something?
Yes.
But who the fuck would? There's not a person alive that would just hand their phone over to somebody.
Absolutely not, especially with all those pictures I have on them.
So maybe there's another coincidence here where he's like, oh, I know I'm being investigated, but holy fuck, he knows what's on that phone.
Yes.
And it might be other shit that he doesn't want anyone to know
Pictures of
about.
Giselle's hiney.
Who knows?
Honey, send me a picture of your fanny.
He might have his dick pics on there for his wife
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God, that is so gross. Oh, you're the grodiest.
The grodiest.
I would never want that on my phone.
I think he's got to just accept it. They're not taking the ring away.
That's right.
Do your 4 weeks or your 4 games, and then he comes back against the Colts.
It is kind of weird that he's got more time off than your boy who beat up his wife.
Right.
Ray Rice.
Right.
He got more games off than him.
Yeah.
He got
That's
2
ridiculous.
games. 2
I
against
think-
4.
It's racism.
I think Ray Rice.
Oh, wait.
Ray Rice might have a lot more games off. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's not coming back. But I'm just saying, as far as the NFL,
Oh, I bet he comes
punishing-
back. Oh, I bet he comes back.
Think so?
Oh my God, yes, because the girl stayed with him, his wife stayed with him.
Stayed
married.
with him, they got married, and I think they got a
They
kid
don't
now.
give a fuck in the
Right.
NFL. They literally don't care. If the guy who fucking was
It's different
sexually
now.
abusing fucking Barry Crimmins came in and he was a good enough player, they'd be like, well, Barry's fine.
Right.
You know, they don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Now it's like
This
social
is new.
media, and that shit
It's
blew
different.
up in social media.
Michael Vick, they don't care. I mean, he did go to prison, but they don't care.
They don't give a fuck about Michael Vick anymore.
And he should be.
And
Actually,
Ray
he should
Rice
be
is
able to
walking
play.
around holding her hand, so that probably helps his
Yeah,
cause.
it does a lot.
But no
yes.
team touched him yet.
I know, that's kind of weird. You would think someone would say, all right, look, he,
And a lot of teams
This is
need running
over.
backs.
right?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was still getting about 4 or 5 yards a carry, right?
Yeah, who knows? I don't shoot things.
But yeah, 4 games. So
I
Tom
don't
Brady.
know. Nobody told me.
So he can come back week 6 or something?
5. Or it depends on the
6.
offense.
He's got to buy in 5.
Oh, they're gonna buy in 5.
Yeah, BI.
And then the game he comes back is
6.
when they play the Colts. So how great is that for a storyline?
I don't know. Let's hope he doesn't have what they call ring rust in the old UFC. It's my Johnny Carson. He'll take 4 weeks off. You're my Johnny Carson.
You nailed it.
And he's
Love
got his hands in his
Stephen Wright.
pocket.
Yeah.
Pockets.
Hello, Ed. Are you drinking?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
It really sounds just like.
Yes, it does. I'm Freddie de Cordova. I don't like these guys. They're with Dave. Yes. Yes. The Leukemia brothers. They are always together.
Johnny liked Dave.
Yes. I like Dave. I don't like you. Yes.
A lot of his imitations don't like us.
Yes.
A lot of them. But Jimmy says he does
What
like
is double the garbage? And Eric and Justin.
Damn it, you still got it, Jimmy.
He never lost it. He never lost it.
This boy is too much.
Jimmy, I said on Twitter yesterday, Jimmy's on fucking fire.
Oh my God.
You're on a roll, my friend.
Double in the dark.
Tilly.
Is it bad?
Yes. What is a lump and a frump?
Is it bad that my wife really likes it when you make fun of me? Like she really, really likes it.
We all love it.
Yes, I'm just,
See, they don't like him either.
Yes. Yes, I died of lung cancer before Twitter got to me. Actually, it was emphysema. I should write this down before I do my jokes. The last thing I wrote on Twitter was cough.
But you didn't know you were going to do your brilliant Johnny Carson.
I had no idea. I went underwater and I couldn't breathe.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes, there. It's like Henry Bushkin squared.
It's fun to do, ain't it?
I can't stop.
Good old Tilly. We're in a speed round here just to make sure we got all these great stories out there.
Perhaps you didn't hear the fat cunt pled guilty to sucking a giant cock and fondling another one. She was going to murder her cuckold husband. She should have just murdered him with Ed's breath he's been drinking. Yes, she said the one was hung like a tequila worm. Ed, you should know that.
Well, she might get two and a third to 7 years. She
that's small time for what she did, by the way.
Absolutely. Right? Getting 2 murderers out, costing millions of dollars and risking police lives. That fucking ugly pig should be thrown in jail for 30 years.
Let me tell you the other side of it, though. Yes. They need info from her, so they got to give her a little bit of a deal.
Maybe to see who else was in on it.
And they want to, they need her to talk to a certain extent. That's why they went for this.
They should have hired Jim Fowler to get her with a tranquilizer gun.
Wow! All the Carson regulars.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, maybe Thomas Noguchi could have done the autopsy.
Damn it!
It's 2.5 to 7 years in jail. She's going to be out in 2.5.
Yes, 7 years in jail. It's like my last 2-year contract.
But she could do half that time if they give her the low end.
Wow.
Probably.
She's gonna get out quick. She's one of theirs.
Quick.
But you know what would have changed it? If these guys got out and killed somebody.
Oh, boy. That would have been
they would have liked her.
Yes.
So she admitted to the smuggling of hacksaw blades, chisels, glasses equipped with lights, and other contraband. What else? What else came out? The relationship began with her doing small favors for Matt, such as sneaking him cookies and brownies, according to her confession.
That's how it started.
Yes, like Doc does to me. Doc Severinsen will bring me cookies and brownies on commercial breaks.
Doc Severinsen.
Yes. What is cancer and leukemia? J&ES.
She told investigators that both men made her feel special, and she began doing more favors for them, including calling Matt's daughter to deliver messages from him.
Wow.
And then it bumped up to that she performed oral sex on and fondled Richard Matt and provided X-rated selfies for David Sweat, although she said she never had sex with the second prisoner.
Oh, my God.
So she had sex with the guy who got killed?
She blew him.
She blew him.
She blew him.
And fondled him. He was the big dick guy.
She would have sex with Eric and blow Justin.
In April, when she and Matt were alone together in the shop, the killer grabbed her and passionately kissed her. It startled me. He kissed me with an open-mouth kiss. I didn't say anything because I was scared for my husband, who also works for the facility. The next month, he asked her to perform oral sex, and she willingly complied.
Because she was so scared for her husband?
Yes.
Shut up, bitch.
Exactly. She felt this giant dick.
He's like, I'm fearful for my husband.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't suck this dick.
Yeah, I'm afraid my husband. What's going to happen? Your husband's going to have to suck it?
He would later approach her wearing a coat with a hole cut in the front so that she could fondle him.
Oh, yes.
How the fuck did he was allowed to wear a coat?
I'm going to guess he took scissors and cut a hole, and he would, what is a wormhole? That would be the hole in the coat that his worm hung out of. Yes. What is a mustache and an ass? Kenny, comment?
I think in that point of their incarceration, they were like in the honor wing, and they were allowed to wear street clothes instead of prison.
But I didn't realize it meant you could go and wear coats as well.
What is the honor wing? Where Tilly would go when the in her wing was closed.
The boy's on fire tonight.
I like Jimmy
He's got
Carson.
it.
Is it Jimmy Carson?
It's Jimmy Carson. It's always Jimmy something, yes.
Yeah, Jimmy Carson.
Oh, man. You like doing it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
She also
Doc Severinsen, was he fixed teeth or something? I'll take Monday off. Hey, what's up, Doc Severinsen? Were you Bugs Bunny or something? What is a pecker and a fucking sock pucker? The fucking Stangels. fuck, yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah. What is a fucking heavy lung? What I got from smoking all them years or something. It's like Dr. Steve Sevenson Carson. Fucking home run heads.
Holy shit. God almighty.
She also started sending steamy notes.
Oh, God. Steamy Notes, my favorite jazz player.
Once under the spell of the two men, she began smuggling in the tools they said they needed for various projects.
Ooh.
She grew suspicious, and they finally admitted that they were planning to break out. She said she was supposed to supply a shotgun, a hatchet, a GPS device, fishing poles, sleeping bags, and other gear for a midnight getaway on June 6th before she had a panic attack. So she had all that shit that she was going to give them.
They would have made it.
Not only did she not, show up, she had all their stuff, too. But she had the panic attack, checked herself into the hospital, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Seeing what else we got.
If she would have cooperated all fully with them, they would have got to Mexico.
GPS would have been nice, right? Instead of going, I think it's that way.
And a shotgun.
Right. Matt told me they were getting out and we were all going to be together, she said. I believe I helped inmate Matt and inmate Sweat escape because I was caught up in the fantasy. I enjoyed the attention, the feeling both of them gave me, and the thought of a different life. Oh, Tilly.
Poor Tilly. I felt bad for her.
Matt had also given her pills to drug her husband, Lyle. Wow.
Yeah, she was gonna fucking drug me. I was like, what the fuck? So why's that bitch gonna fucking drug me? I'm doing it as it is and shit. Hey, what's up, Tilly? Are you drugging a motherfucker? I'll lick your fucking cooter. Stop talking to that guy's pecker through the fucking hole of the coat. You make me look fucking bad. What the fuck you doing, bitch? I fucking lick your cooter so good. I told you your blonde hair was all pretty and shit. Like my mother. Big Rubenesque calves and shit. You out there tugging that pecker through the fucking coat, making me look bad as shit. I don't know, Lyle. You're just not giving it to me good enough no more. You're always talking about your mother and Lamar and how good her calves were. And how my hips aren't as big as your mother. That really hurts my feelings, Lyle. I like to tug on that big giant worm through the coat, as you like to call it. Fucking embarrassing me or something. What the fuck you doing, Tilly? Freak Tilly, you fucking whale. Yeah, well, they don't look at me like I'm a whale, Lyle. They call me beautiful. You told me my hair looked like dryer lint.
God.
I mean, fucking me now. Just trying to make you laugh or something.
I heard a little True Romance in there. I heard a little Gary Oldman. Chip Oldman, I think.
Fuck yeah. Give a fuck. Bring Alabama back. How you gonna carry a whole state? Here's a fucking Alabama. There's some breakfasts on the TV. Y'all motherfuckers ain't even look at down. Give me a driver's license, nigga. I'll hold that shit. It's not Be Kind to White Boy Day. Oh, yes, it is. I'm gonna suck that big white pecker right through the goddamn thing, as you like to call it. You're the one that gave me the idea, Lyle. Remember you used to always joke, hey, what would happen if I cut a hole and my pecker came out? I said, hey, why don't you, with the prisoner with the giant dick, why don't you do that and I'll tug on it for a little while? That was your idea, Lyle. Fucking kidding, Till. Just trying to crack you up or something. Piece of garbage.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. All right.
Lyle and Tilly.
My head is killing me.
Your head is killing you. Yes, well, your mouth is killing us. And I wish your toe was killing you, as in on a trigger of the shotgun. Although they probably wouldn't penetrate that Herb Tarlick hairdo.
It always comes back to that.
Yes, it does. God damn, he has a good head of hair, that Justin Stengel. It is a really...
It's a beautiful head of hair.
It certainly is. He's like Rocky's son. Although I wish he was like Rocky's manager in part 3.
All right, well, finally, so Matt also gave her pills to drug her husband, Lyle, whom...
I'm fucking tired. What'd you put in my soup, Tilly? What'd you put in my fucking gazpacho? The man gave me aspirin. I'm all fucking dizzy and shit. The fucking peck is heavy. You just lie down right now, Lyle. I'm gonna go out and get my labia stretched. Tilly, your breath smells funny. You know what you've been eating?
Matt nicknamed her husband Lyle the Glitch.
Glitch. I like the Glitch. I thought that was a fucking cool name. I'm a glitch in the system. Give a fuck. The Glitch that stole Christmas.
It's a Grinch. It's a Grinch.
I know it is. Sock cucker. I'm doing wordplay humor.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, you're not helping. Just in what? Just in time to fucking ruin this. Piece of garbage.
Sorry, Chip. I was trying to help.
Holy shit.
Just trying to help. I thought we got along, you and me.
I don't like the fact that you both wear shorts on the same day, too. You fucking couple of creepy people. Are you wearing shorts? Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. Let's show off our calves together. The Stangle calves are legendary.
It's 95 degrees out. Everybody's wearing shorts.
No one's wearing shorts. Sherrod's not wearing shorts.
Nope.
Opie's not wearing shorts. I'm not wearing shorts. E-Rock's not wearing shorts. He's fat, too. He's not wearing shorts. Fucking piece of garbage.
Oh, God.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Whatever. And then they went out to dinner.
Bring that Barry Crimmins back. I want to talk to him.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Then they went for the Chinese dinner, and then Tilly said, "Oh fuck, I can't go through all this." There you go.
I was really making a laugh over the Chinese food. I was like, let me open my fortune. I hope it doesn't say that I get shot or something tonight. We was just fucking kidding. I can't believe that worked. I was cracking her up. I was running around my egg rolls like a pecker. Going, look at this, Tilly. I got a fucking cooked pecker. You want to eat it? And she was like, oh, Lyle, I would miss you. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, that egg roll thing you're doing is fucking hilarious with the 2 wonton balls. Oh, Lyle, I could never hurt you. You make me laugh like no one's business. Oh, sure, you don't make me come and you lose your erections because of your diabetes medication. But you, gosh darn it, you make me laugh a whole lot when you do the Chinese food improv.
Oh, God.
Holy fuck.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
This thing's out of control.
Amazing.
I don't know what to say.
That was great.
Oh, that's a goddamn first, isn't it? I'll tell you what you should say when Scott goes, how do you feel? I'm not enjoying my time here, Scott. That's what you should say. I really do love the Stangles. I ain't kidding. I think people know.
I'm going to get emails all day.
No, I really. These guys were very nice to me before. I genuinely like the Stangles.
Yeah, we like you.
I like the energy they're bringing to this fucking place.
God.
It's working so far.
Yeah, they're bringing energy. They're sucking energy out like it's pecker juice. Just chipping you, babe. Oh, look at Tilly. She's waving. Hi, hon. Why are you dressed like the Spy versus Spy monster in Mad Magazine? Oh, no. Is she in jail? Hi. She looks fucking good there with her hair like all matted down like the Phil Spector wig. She's fucking beautiful. Fucking love her. Oh, she looks good.
Oh, my God.
Someone said that she looks like a bassist in a fucking band wearing. I fucking fell apart on that improv. It happens. Fucking happens. Why is Cat and Kangaroo standing next door? Who is that sock cucker?
She looked like Leif Garrett.
Yeah, she does. And the fucking lady behind her looks like Michael Ian Black. Who the fuck is that? Oh, I don't know. I enjoyed you on the state. How long have you been a female prison guard? Oh, boy, she's got a full head of hair, too, doesn't she?
Yeah.
My hair's kind of wispy and falling out, as it will on fat, nervous people. I have very low self-esteem, and I don't eat healthy, so my hair's falling out. But look at the hair on the lady behind me. It sure is good.
Yeah.
She has hair like Elijah Wood.
She looks like Crispin Glover.
She certainly does.
A little Crispin Glover action.
She sure does.
Oh, that's brutal. Upstate is a mess.
Yes, it is.
That's the women? Holy shit.
Wow. Well, with that, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Is it time? Holy shit.
Right around the corner. This show, all within an hour.
What?
Daily Accelerated. If you haven't heard it yet, you got to just stick around and check it out. It's everything in an hour. It's unbelievable.
Squeeze it all in?
Squeeze all the shit out and just give them the meat.
The meat.
Squeeze it out.
We got the meat.
That starts in a few minutes, and a couple videos on the YouTube channel, Opie Radio. People hate the time-lapse video there, Justin.
I know.
How do you hate a time-lapse video?
I don't know.
That's impossible.
It wasn't supposed to be funny or anything. It was just want to see.
Well, that's a good thing. So time-lapse. Look, let's just watch the movie real quick like it's a 1920s film. No sound or nothing. That's good. Good stuff.
That's just stupid. No one hates time-lapse videos.
Yeah.
4-hour show in 20 seconds.
No one really gives
You ever
a
read
fuck about
Time-Lapse
time-lapse
magazine?
videos.
That motherfucker's a short one. the Time magazine. I wear a time lapse watch. I'm always late.
It's
You know what I said, Trav?
People like time lapse when you're building something.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it's like
You know what?
something.
You know what? We are building something here. We're building laughs.
a pile of shit.
No, and, and a family.
You're building laughs. That's a good way to look at it.
Well, when you see a lot of dislikes on a time-lapse video, you understand that
Yeah.
there's something...
Unfortunately, your working materials are lacking, but you're building some laughs.
You fully understand that there's something very stupid going on.
Yeah, it's fine.
But anyway, go there and check it out. It's the whole show in 30 seconds, basically.
And then?
Yesterday's show in 30 seconds. All us, like Jimmy said, moving around like motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yes, that was what happens when they trim all the garbage out. That's where they come with it.
We also have Jimmy's advice show today.
Oh, yes, we do.
And then we have tonight.
We got Race Wars with Kurt Metzger and, of course, the star of the show, Sherrod Small.
Boom.
Tonight at 9 o'clock. Also,
Yes.
we have Anya Marina on the YouTube
I
channel.
liked her a lot. She was awesome.
She did a
very
great
good.
version of Power of Love. We threw that up there for the people.
Yeah.
And then Jim Norton with an appearance by Chip doing some AMSR. Paul threw that up there.
That's really good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually doing really well.
Yeah.
So check that out on youtube.com/Opie Radio. We're trying to give you more videos. We're trying to fucking make sure our Twitter account
More content.
is being done properly. We're tweeting a lot more. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay.
I got to go somewhere. I'm running late for an appointment.
Ooh, what is it?
I have an appointment. Look at an apartment.
Oh, in the same neighborhood?
In Brooklyn.
He's all over the place.
Really?
I'm looking in Brooklyn, too.
He's looking all over the
Look
place.
at that.
JimNorton.com. But Jimmy's
I
going to be
don't
in
know.
Seattle. Jimmy's going to be in Dallas. Jimmy's going to be in Houston. So go to
Coming up,
JimNorton.com for all his dates.
For my dates.
Like I said, Sherrod, tonight, Race Wars. Anything else?
Yeah, I got some other shit going on. I forget what I'm doing.
Oh, I forgot. I'm hosting something Thursday night.
We'll have some.
It's from 7 to 9. It's the top 50 countdown of comedians on
Raw Dog.
Raw Dog. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I believe it airs live. I'm not sure.
And I'll be hanging around Madison Square Garden trying to get a picture with you, too.
I'm
that's this
working on
weekend.
Because this fucking company let me down
I'm
last
working
night.
it. I'm
They
working
let
it.
me the fuck down. They're sick people here. They're sick, I tell you.
yeah.
They're sick fucking people.
They're awful.
Roland and I are on it. We're working it.
Oh, boy. Well, it better be strong.